Hello, everybody. We're live, and it's time for some Chris Chan on a Monday at 11:38 a.m. Now, just as a heads up here, this stream will have absolutely no fan art at the end of it because this is a special extra long one. Now, the risk of this being a long stream while I'm at college is quite immense. The risks are immense here. So, let's hope that this doesn't suck too hard, is all I'm gonna say. Because there may be people yelling in the background, I can't fix that, but the reason this is an extra long video is because we're gonna be showing off the father call, which everybody has been asking me to do since the first stream. But it's number 15, and 15's one of my favorite numbers, so we might as well just go ahead and do this now. Now this is 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 3 seconds, which is why we're not doing fan art at the end, because this is a very long one, and I would like to just get through this long one. This also runs the risk of my roommate coming in, and if he does, I don't know, we'll work around it. Might have to cut the stream up into 2, but let's do it, let's go.
Hello?
Please let me know if the audio is okay. If the audio is too high or too low, let me know.
I'm cool. I'm over at my parents' house because they wanted to call.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they saw some of your videos and I gave them the letter.
Alright. Actually, I'm uploading a video now. I do 51 reps with 50-pound weights.
I want you to listen
Really
to how
You did 51 reps? Or
how backhanded she is with
times?
everything she says.
Because
Yeah,
reps are different.
Lifted them up. 51 times, lift them up with each arm. 51 times per arm, so it's a total of 102.
Dude, I don't even do, like, weightlifting, and even I know that's not how that works.
Was it hard?
Yeah, it was hard. But it was a show of strength anyway.
Oh, that's funny, because I have to lift, like, 100 and more pounds for my job.
Fucking
let me
savage.
Go ahead and get my dad for you, because he wants to talk to you.
Oh, she's so backhanded.
Right,
I love
what's
it.
his name?
Oh my goodness. Hi Tony, it's my first
sorry,
Christian
I didn't hear you.
stream. Well,
it's
welcome,
Matthew.
good friend.
Oh, Matthew, okay.
Yeah.
And welcome, Fuglo and Scott. Welcome to the stream.
Alright, well,
People
just
start
give
to
me a minute.
trickle in here.
Okay.
This is not my normal Christian streaming time, as I pointed out on my Facebook post. It's going to be a little different today, so again, I apologize. It's this call. Oh, God. Now, there's a 40-minute version of this call, and then there's the 2-hour version.
Casey's father.
So...
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. So, I
Oh
got a
my
couple
God.
questions for you. Well, maybe more than a
Wow.
couple.
Fucking Desert
Alright.
Storm.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy to oblige with an answer, with an honest answer.
Of course, this is of
Okay.
course the 2-hour version. The
Well,
only
first
acceptable
and
version.
foremost, let's see, you got a job, son?
You got a job, son? It's really hard for me to
Not currently,
comment
but
on
I am
this,
working
because it's
towards getting
just...
a job. I have been filling
you know.
applications left and right.
Really, really? What kinds of
Just
places?
speaks for itself.
What kind of skills you got?
Skills.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm applying for, like, retail stores and such. Got an application in over at the new CVS in Ruckersville. And,
I don't know if
one
Chris
over
actually
at
put in any of
Mars,
these.
and I had one over at
Like he
Target.
says that he put in
I
all
have
these
worked before. I worked
applications. I don't think he
at,
actually did.
Wendy's in the
I got a feeling he
Ruckersville
didn't
grocery
actually
mart.
do it. I don't quite
Also, I
remember.
worked as a sales representative for Cutco Cutlery.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, Cutco is a pyramid
Did you go to
scheme.
college or something?
I'm pretty sure Chris's only customer
Yeah,
was
I
his
went to
mother.
college and I got a degree and a certificate in computer-aided drafting and design.
And you're working at Target. I mean, I know the
And you were not
economy's
very late.
bad, but I mean,
Breadcrumbs.
surely you've got
You're
to
pretty early, actually.
use that somehow, right? Yeah, how old are you again?
I need to get a
I'm
bot that just
27.
like tells people how long the stream has been going.
You're almost 30. You're working at Target.
You want to
You
work
want
a
to work
target.
a target, I should say.
Yeah, well, not really sure what
Yeah,
kind of
Cutco
jobs
is
my,
just a pyramid scheme.
degree
You
and
saved yourself a
certificate
lot of
would
money
get
there,
me,
let
but
me
I
tell
mean,
you.
like, you know,
It's essentially like you
if
buy their
if
fancy
I,
stuff, right?
if I
And then
did
they
know,
tell
then
you
I
you'll
could
make the
make
money
like a
back that
bunch
you
of
spent
different
buying their
jobs.
items when you
You got
sell
a
it,
degree,
but you never end up
knowing
selling it
what
because
kind
it's
of
useless
jobs
garbage.
you could get in that field, and you've had it for how long? When did you graduate?
Yeah, I need to have a
I
bot that's
graduated in
just like, guys,
2006.
just hover over the video, it'll tell you what
2006.
time it
So
is.
you've had
I
it
mean, I don't
for
mind
3
letting
years
people
and
know,
you
like, if they're
have
late to
done
the
nothing
stream or if
with
they're
it.
early. Normally, you guys will do it for me, which is very nice. I
You
appreciate
haven't
it
had
when you
any
guys do
jobs
it.
between then?
But I don't know, I just need to get some bots to automate, like, some basic stuff that people
Yeah,
ask
I
all the
have,
time.
I did volunteer. I have done volunteer work.
That
Volunteer
doesn't
work!
pay, though.
That doesn't pay,
Well,
that's
but
not a
what
job.
kind? Humor me.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
What kind of volunteer work? Humor me.
All right. Well, yeah, I helped the children over at the the assistant gym leader for the Pokemon Trade Card Game League.
Playing Pokemon with
2 years
kids,
back.
that's volunteer work when you're actually just there to play yourself.
Pokemon? Wait,
Dude, swearing at small black
Teaching
children, that's
how to play
volunteering
and building decks
nowadays,
from
according to
this, from
Chris.
what scratch they had, and just making sure that
If you're reading this, you are not
order,
late.
You know,
Thank you, Fuglo.
Don't get too crazy.
Appreciate it. It's not a big deal, like, I don't mind when people ask. It's just like,
And
sometimes I
how
get like
long
12
ago
people
was
asking in a
this?
row, and then I'm just like, guys, calm down. Please.
So,
It tells you what time it is.
How long ago was this?
I really don't mind, though.
Wasn't that Pokemon thing? Wasn't that like back in the 90s when that was really popular? I mean, I think my youngest daughter used to like that, but you know, that was years
it
ago.
it was the late 90s.
It was like late
Late
90s,
90s.
early 2000s.
Yeah, and there's that side's still going strong.
I wouldn't say it's still
But
going
I've
strong.
been
I don't
doing
know
that
anybody
I
who
haven't been doing that since
plays Pokemon now,
1998,
really, you
till
know?
about 2008. So about 10
Right.
years I've been
2008 is a
doing
bit
that. I've been
late.
doing that.
You know,
You've been playing a
pardon
children's
the
card
rhyme.
game for 10 years.
Lower the video, lower the audio
but
for the
also,
video. Okay.
But also,
Is that
like,
better?
You know, it's a form of babysitting.
Babysitting. But doesn't babysitting usually, you know, pay?
Please let me know if the audio is too loud or too quiet. I can adjust it
I mean,
very
and
easily.
It doesn't really sound like you're, you know, volunteering. When I think voluntary work, I think like, you know, Red Cross.
Well, I mean,
that
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
not saying
thing,
people
you know,
don't play
actually going
Pokemon
out
cards
and
anymore. I'm just
really
saying, like,
helping people.
it's
Playing
not
some
as big as it was.
trades, that
I
kind of
wouldn't say
stuff.
it's still
I
going
have-
strong,
I
the
have-
Pokemon
I
card
have
game, you know?
Helps people out. You know, I put the parents' mind. Let them know that their children were in a safe environment, and I help ensure that the children were playing and within.
You know, I'm really good
safe
at, like,
environment and that nothing,
at
and that
bullshitting.
nothing was to go wrong.
Yeah, no, like, Pokemon's still going great. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fucking Pokemon. It transcends generations of children. Like, it's fucking Pokemon. The games are going strong, and Pokemon as a whole is, but I wouldn't say that the card game, or even,
what are you
maybe
doing
not the
right
anime
now?
either,
If
but
you
the card
stop,
game
you know,
certainly no.
Why aren't you doing this anymore?
That's what I mean.
Um,
It was definitely more relevant in the
Yeah,
late
well,
90s and
it's
early
not like,
2000s, and
you
Chris is
know,
saying in 2008
not
it's relevant. What I'm saying is that in 2008 I think that's a bit late to call it still going strong, you know? That's really what I'm getting at.
On the ending that, you know.
You know, I'm a top-notch bullshitter. Like, I can bullshit essays and, like, work interviews and just, like, anything, really. I can bullshit. I'm real good at that. But what I will say is Chris is an awful bullshitter. Like, you can smell his bullshit with no nose. Like, it's that pungent, it's that bad.
Other sort of heavy lifting.
The card game was so confusing. I mean, like, yeah, for a kid,
anyways,
it was
I'm
probably
done
real
talking
complicated.
About, Pokemon now. I got a couple more. Okay. So what kind of place you got? You got a place of your own? Where are you living at?
I love that he calls it Pokemon. That's great.
Yeah, I'm currently living in a 2-story house.
Put that on the resume. Top-notch bullshitter.
Living with your parents, age 30.
Nice.
Got it.
Well,
Almost 30.
Almost 30. Excuse me.
yeah, well, I hope I mean,
This
I
video
hope
is one of the
that,
most
that doesn't
quotable
look like a
Chris Chan
bad
things
thing,
to
but,
ever
like,
happen, which is great.
Yeah, it's just like I just did not feel comfortable.
If you ever hear from
living
people
in
like
my
this is
home
the
like
best
that.
Chris Chan
That's
video,
just,
like a lot of people say this is the
wild.
best one, and
Or
It's
why
really
is that exactly?
there's a lot of Christian videos, so I think that's a debatable thing to say, but I think that this one is deserving of the title of best Christian video. It's just even the 40-minute cut down version.
You got to leave
So,
somehow. You got to leave.
It's just so quotable.
I think, you know, most of my kids, you know, move out, you know, 18, 20.
Chris is how old now?
I'm okay if they, you know, hang out while they're in
What is
college.
he, 30,
but,
34
you know,
now?
after that,
I don't know. Let me see when Christian was born.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember when he was born,
Yeah.
so
But, you know, to
1980 something?
individual growth rate.
yeah, 82.
But,
82.
I just gotta ask though. I mean, you're really serious about Casey.
Yeah,
Are you
34.
not?
I was right.
Yeah,
So he's 34 right
I'm
now.
serious about Casey.
Okay, so
And with her help,
Ooh,
I feel
someone's
like
at my door.
get a good start on being
It's my
able
roommate.
to, you know,
Hello.
shortly in the near
So he's
future,
34
move
right
out
now,
of- move out of the
and he
house,
still hasn't moved out,
move
with
out of
her
the
help?
house, and get a
which
place of
is
my own.
ridiculous.
you need her
And,
help
and-
in order to support both of you. I mean,
It's more like, you know,
The only Christian video I don't
yeah,
like is
some
when
things,
Julie reveals herself. Yeah, that's a good
understand, you know,
good
I
one
talk
to
to my
not
parents
like,
sometimes about
because that one I think is just
but
cruel.
it's like,
really.
you know,
Cruel is just Teddy's roommate.
uh,
Yeah, this is my roommate Lee.
it's like a whole bunch of details.
He'll probably be popping in and out of the video. Again, I mentioned at the start of the video that this
Explain,
one is
please.
2 hours long,
I
so
don't know what these
if people
details
pop in and out of here, I can't really fix
I
that.
just feel like I would need, like, you know, external influence, you know, somebody outside the house to help me feel more comfortable in moving out.
You could, you know, people are always looking for roommates. You know,
This is
just
like the best
go
thing
to
for
any
him to
college
say.
board. You know, just,
Being uncomfortable with moving out of your parents' house or moving into a different house by yourself is an understandable thing if you've never, like,
Yeah,
lived
it's
with someone
not
before.
really an excuse.
But, like,
That's not something I would feel comfortable
getting a
with,
roommate is not that hard.
I haven't been to college for
Anybody
2
can get
years,
one.
You know. I
It's-
keep a team myself.
When he talks about tipping, I always
so-
forget when he
but I
talks
mean,
about
really,
tipping.
Okay, so if you can't if you can't support my
Doesn't
daughter,
Chris, like,
my
say that
daughter
he
needs a
tips really
man,
low?
a
I can never
man
remember what he
to
says about
support
that. Did the
I
video
am-
just
I
go
am a
meta?
man.
This video is very
argue
meta.
About
It's
my
very
daughter.
meta, I'd say.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand
It
that
makes
question.
direct
How
commentary on, like,
serious are
everything
you
Chris
about
does. That's
my
exactly
daughter,
what
really,
Casey's
if you
father,
aren't even
air quotes, is
willing
doing.
to support yourself. You know, like that.
I am willing. I am able to support myself as well.
Hi!
Well,
Hi, people coming in.
Okay, so
He tips
so
15%.
I
That's,
will
you
be
know,
able to support your
that's
daughter
normal.
as well.
I've only ever, like,
then
not
why
tipped
aren't you? I mean,
once.
where's the,
And that
where's
was
the
because I
money
had the
gonna come from?
worst waitress ever. And she, like, spilt shit
Yeah, I do
all over
have,
everybody
I do
and,
have,
like, didn't take our order and,
I
like...
do have a
Like, I don't...
monthly
Not
income.
tipping is not a very good thing,
I guess
if only
yeah.
because the waiters and waitresses, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess
if something's
I'm-
wrong with your
I guess
food, that's not
that's-
really their fault. Like, not tipping them
You
because
get-
you didn't
My
have a good
family
meal is
is
not really their
whether
fault.
in-
Like,
is,
don't be a
in
dick.
with the, government.
But, like, if they're being the worst person ever,
so
then...
why do you,
you know, maybe
why do
tip
you
a
get
little less.
welfare?
You know, I've only ever once not tipped, and that was the worst
Or
time I think
whatever
I've
you call
ever
it.
had at a restaurant.
Um,
So, that's, like... I don't think I'd ever do that again. I'd have to have, like, the... Like, they would have to drop a knife into my thigh for me to not tip, you know? Tipping is important, okay? Your dad tips half? Dude, half of every meal? That's crazy.
I'm very strong-willed.
That's crazy,
I feel
dude.
Like, I feel that I could, that when the, that I could, I would be able to take care
Half is a lot of
of
money.
tasty.
You're avoiding my question. Why?
Yeah, dude, I
why
totally
are
get
you
it. Like,
on,
tips are important.
I think it's actually called social
Tips are
security.
really
I mean,
important.
Why do you get it?
Yes,
I mean,
hello. Hello,
you
everybody.
know, I'm a pretty
coming
strong
into the stream.
Republican. You know, we don't really like that whole welfare thing. You know, we work, and if we can't work, we go join the military. That's what I did.
Join the military.
Yeah, I understand that.
Tip
Yeah,
with
you
your
see,
dick.
I'm high functionally autistic.
Are you now?
Yeah. I
And
met that at a young age, and I was
Are
still
you
have
now?
just 2 years ago.
so isn't that autism thing? It's like it's not like a. You're not
You
you
might-
know, like
Yeah,
Retarded,
are
right?
you?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Not really. What?
I love his
I mean,
voice.
I was just saying, I'm just saying, you know, isn't that that's a genetic thing, right? I mean, I don't want I don't want any. If you're really gonna get with my daughter, I don't want tard babies.
I don't want tard babies.
Autism
Oh
is
my
not
god.
genetic.
His voice is something else. His voice is really funny
I think
when he says,
I
like,
think I
Desert
read somewhere that it
Storm. When he
was,
holds
actually.
words for a
So I'm
long
pretty sure I
time.
did.
No,
Those are the most
no.
memorable parts of the father call
That's
for
A
me.
myth.
When he says,
Yeah,
I fought in
autism
Desert
is not genetic.
Storm.
You're not
I
gonna
fought
have-
Saddam
there will be
Hussein.
no
That's my
retarded
favorite fucking
grandchildren
part.
on your part.
It's the way he
I
says
can-
Saddam
I
Hussein
can-
and the way he
I
says
promise
Desert
that.
Storm is so good. Oh
You
my
say
lord.
so. If you really say so. I'm looking
do.
this stuff up right now. I mean, my Casey, she's in medicine. She knows this stuff. She's an
Tard
expert.
babies. Yeah, his voice is very smooth. I think this is I don't know exactly.
Actually, hold
I
on.
think
She's
this
right
might be
over-
like a
she's right
voice
over there. Hey,
changer, but I'm not quite
hey, Casey,
sure.
what do you know about autism? Is that genetic?
It might be. It
Yeah,
might not be.
it's definitely genetic. It usually runs in the mother's line, but it can be in the father's as well. But it's usually the mother's. And twins have a much higher chance.
Chris has no
Anything else,
response.
Dad?
He has no response to
Uh,
any of this.
No, I think that's good. You go. What were you doing again?
I need
I
to
think
go
there's-
finish washing the dishes.
some
I'll be right
cake.
back, Dad.
You want some cake?
Right. I think there's some cake down there too. Go help yourself or something.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, Dad.
Oh my
Cake,
god.
something, go help yourself.
Just go help yourself some cake.
Anyways, where was I?
Just.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's really hard for me to comment on this. Like, what do I say? This
Well,
is
if
one of
you-
those
if you
videos where,
really
like,
wanna-
everybody's
if you
been
want a
asking
kid
me
with
to
my-
stream
with
this
my
one in
Casey, I would-
particular, and, like, I
I
don't
think
know
you'd
what to say
probably-
about it. I don't know how to
Probably
comment
best if
on
you
it.
adopt it or something. It's
It's
a
just
good
like
thing,
It just, like, comments on itself, really.
Yeah, well, yeah. In my case, though, I would not.
Bullet in the
I would
fucking
not care
chest.
to adopt
Yeah, the
a
part
twin.
where he just,
I
like...
have a dream. I have my
like, there's so
dream,
many good parts,
and
you
that
know?
dream
It's
is to
2
give
hours
birth
of just
to
really
to
quotable
have a-
things.
To share a daughter with my with my wife to be.
Is
Her
it
name
true
would
that
be
Troll
Crystal.
Casey was also fat in real life?
a
I
dream.
think so?
As in, like,
I don't
you were
know.
asleep
Desert
and you saw
Storm.
something,
I
you
fought
know.
Saddam
Yeah,
Hussein.
that's in a dream. I had, like,
Guys,
an
if you just
office
start
job.
saying Desert Storm in the chat, like, I'm gonna do
An
nothing but
office
just say
job.
Desert Storm
Right.
for like 2
I don't
hours. I'm
think-
not kidding.
I think Casey actually doesn't really like that name. It's kind of a
Crystal.
stripper name. Crystal. It's kind of like
Crystal, the stripper
No,
name.
no.
Stall too.
It sounds like a
Like
voice
that.
changer
No,
also.
no,
Casey is a
no,
horrible
it would not-
actress.
it would
Only
not-
Chris
it would
could
not
fall
be
for this.
Chris
Yeah,
Doll,
Chris...
it would be
Chris will
Doll.
fall for
It's
most
still pretty
anything.
close.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere
Yeah,
that this was a
it
voice
does sound
changer that did
close,
this.
but no, you're just replacing
Desert
the L, you're just replacing the
Storm. Saddam
replacing L with an AL.
Hussein.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, you said this all
My
came
lord.
to a dream. Came to you in a dream. I mean, dreams, they don't pay the bills, and I mean, it's just a dream. That's all just from your head. I mean, I had a dream once where, I was flying. You don't see me doing that.
He brings up such a good point.
Hmm.
Chris dreams
okay,
that
I mean,
things
it's like,
will happen to him,
Yeah,
and he and
flying,
hello
yeah,
everybody
you're
coming in.
definitely
Like he
not gonna be able to,
dreams that
fly on your
stuff
own, sure.
happens,
It's like, when you
but
see
he
a
doesn't
dream
put
that's
them into
actually
effect.
reasonable,
Don't
that
let
you
your
can
dreams be
actually picture
memes.
yourself
Chris,
doing
let his
in the
dreams be
future while you're
memes.
awake.
He is that.
You
You ever hear that?
Like,
Is that
it's like a career,
Chris?
it's like a career
Chris
thing.
is that. He is that. He is the
You know,
personification
yeah,
of
you
don't let your
definitely,
dreams be
you know,
memes.
when you're
He let his
child,
dreams
you know,
become
there's
memes.
a chance
Don't let that
you
happen to
become
you,
like
I
a
swear.
cowboy. If you dream of being a cowboy, but
Tony, can you have my babies? No.
that may not be. That may seem kind
Babies
of
are
far-fetched
awful.
if you're living in a
No.
place that's not near or
They smell and
Texas.
yell and
But if you're like
cry
you
and
want,
puke
if you want,
and
if you dream to
they
be-
do everything
you
old
want to
people do, but
become a
like I guess
teacher,
it's slightly less horrible,
and that is more likely.
but like still really bad
that you-
because
that
they
is
do it
likely
more.
possible, 'cause,
Just
you
no.
know, yeah, you can get the degree and become a teacher.
Yes.
Well,
Chris said that the
if
Grim
you
Reaper promised him in a
go
dream that his father
do
would
a-
not
be a
die
teacher
before
or go to-
2015, and then
Go work in an
Chris
office,
cursed
go
the
work
Grim
in an
Reaper
office,
in
go
a Facebook
apply
post. I think it was a
to an
Facebook
office.
post.
Don't dream about it. Dreams
Saying
do
that it
nothing
was
for you. They
bullshit
don't pay the
that his dad
bills.
died, and his dad
Yeah,
can't
I
be
mean,
dying because like
I
his
have been working on it, and I have been thinking
because the Grim
looking
Reaper
for
promised him, and the
a
Grim
job.
Reaper's a piece of shit.
And you
like,
think-
it's been like looking
like
in an
yeah,
office
it's
job.
ridiculous.
You think you have some kind of, powers of prophecy. That doesn't seem very. I don't know.
Dude, people
To
are
me, it
just gonna be
doesn't seem
like
very godly,
yelling.
you know?
They're just gonna be like yelling into my room if I'm okay.
I'm a prophet. I'm not saying that.
Bye, Kokoro.
But you
Hey.
know, it's definitely something that
And his dad died because of the damn dirty trolls, and they caused his dad stress when it's really because his dad was just very
I go to
old
church every Sunday.
and had health issues, as old
That's-
people
And
do.
when
Sounds like being a
like,
prophet to
like
me.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do. Yeah, there are prophets that are mentioned in the Bible.
Yes.
But
Oh, now they're talking about the
I
Bible.
am not saying that I am a
Right.
prophet.
I went off on
I'm
a
not saying
tangent, and I sort of lost
Son,
track
I
of where
got-
we are on the call now.
I go to church every Sunday too, and you know I've never had any kind of dreams of anything.
Oh, no.
telling
No,
me
we're
that
still on
something
tangent.
is going to happen.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
'cause they're
God-
still talking
God
about
doesn't
dreams.
Do that. God doesn't tell you things.
I wish
like
the call
that.
had subtitles. Maybe it has subtitles.
Yeah, well, you never know. Sometimes, sometimes,
Nope.
sometimes. It
That's
doesn't.
weird. You'd think that somebody would have transcribed this video.
Depends on the people, you know.
That would have been really
You never
helpful.
know it, but,
I mean,
you know,
it's
if I've
transcribed
actually
on,
got
like, the
a
quickie,
message
but,
in
like,
a dream that
actual
may have actually
transcribed
but
subtitles here would
you
be very
might
helpful.
have not caught on as quickly, or and I do not mean to insult you, but yeah, you might not have caught on quickly, but upon retrospect,
What Chris never understood was to accomplish his dream. He has to best his ass to
Nah,
work.
if you
He-
think
that-
yeah,
He has
if
to
you
get
think
his
you
ass
see
to
the
work
future,
for
you
it,
know,
but
that
he
sounds like
expects
you're trying
others
to
to
be
do
a
it for him
prophet.
because he's
That
human
sounds
trash.
just
That's
like-
really it.
That doesn't really sound.
Chris
to me
has
like that just
dreams
sounds
of
like
stuff that's
some,
going to happen, and Chris
mumbo
believes
jumbo to
that this
me.
stuff will happen if he just thinks it will.
Chris
Chris thinks that he has a lot more influence on the world around him.
It is a possible future.
Someone could add it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody could add
And I am
transcribed
looking- and I am
subtitles
looking to make that happen.
for videos. Like, you have the ability to do
Well,
that.
make
I'm
it
just surprised
happen.
nobody's done it yet, is what
I
I'm
am
saying.
going to.
But,
Do it.
yeah, Chris
It's
thinks
not-
that he has a
it's not
lot
message from
more...
God, it's just you should go out. You should do it.
The
You
fuck?
should. Why don't you go?
Is that a
don't
truck?
don't wait for it. I mean, it sounds like you're just
That's a
sitting
truck
around
backing
waiting
up,
for it.
okay.
I mean, how
weird.
when was the last? When did you have?
But,
this?
he thinks he has a lot more power with the world than he
Yeah, I pretty much- I
really
pretty much
does,
had it,
and he believes that if he
sometime
just
when I was
assumes something will
between 7 and
happen,
9 years old,
he would
and
just,
then
Seven?
you know,
20 years ago.
chicken's
excuse me?
done. Oh my lord.
And nothing
I'm
has
not on.
happened
I thought that
between
was the
then
fire
and now.
alarm. Like, I lived in the dorm that had a broken fire alarm, so it would just like go off all the time. So I'm like really paranoid. But that was a truck, thankfully, not the fire alarm. If it was the fire alarm, I would have had to leave the dorm, and then the
And
father
you
call would
hold
be
on to the
over,
stream.
and I'd have to stream in like an hour when the fire department got
I
here,
mean,
which sucks. So yeah, Chris just sort
I
of
mean, you're
believes it's like a
almost- you're
cartoon. He believes
almost
that just like
30.
if he
I mean,
thinks it'll happen, it'll happen.
You know, time
Would you
is-
stick
time
your
is gonna
tongue
start
inside
working
Chris's new
against you,
taint
you
hole for
know? I mean,
$5,000? For
Yeah.
$2,000
Life is
if you used your
short.
finger instead. Yeah, for $2,000 I'd do it.
So,
Dude, for
and
$2,000 I'd stick my finger
and
in like
you're living with
a
your
raccoon's
parents.
asshole.
I mean,
You know,
what
if the
do you
raccoon's
do
not gonna,
all
like,
day
attack me.
exactly?
Yeah, dude, I'd do it for 2,000. Why not? That's 2,000 is a decent amount of money just to stick my finger somewhere. Like, I can wash my finger and like not feel gross later, you know? Like, I probably wouldn't do it with my tongue. That's a little bit too disgusting. If only because that's a wound, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to put my tongue on a wound. So, but for $2,000 I put my finger there. It's just a finger, you know?
I even took a computer upgrading class where I had
Has the getting Tony to say something already been cashed in? No, dude, my ASMR has
So why aren't you
My ASMR
working
has not been
building
cashed in yet.
computers or something? Sounds like something you could do.
Oh, this is really good. Here is where he's talking about how Chris has a degree, but Chris doesn't know what jobs he can get with said degree. I think that's where we're at.
My father, because he's a retired technical engineer. He worked for GE for.
And now he's talking about his dad's
He also,
accomplishments and how that's supposed to be
he was
impressive.
stationed over in Korea in the Signal Corps.
And that doesn't matter
He
at
was
all.
the controls for the plastic molding machines for one of his achievements. You know, so without him, you would not have the.
Yeah, we'll do the ASMR in a little bit, guys. Don't worry. It's not even a degree. Well, I don't know what it is
That's all fine and
exactly.
good. I mean, your father. I mean, but I'm not talking about your father. I'm talking about you.
Yeah, well, I'm.
Here's the thing, like he asked Chris what he's done, and Chris can't give examples.
But you haven't done anything, you know. Unlike
Exactly.
Your father. That's what I'm getting here.
He hasn't done
It's not
anything.
good, son. I mean, when I was 27, I already had.
CAD certificates barely help anything. Yeah, I've heard.
I was working.
I've heard that they're
40
not
hours a
very
week.
useful.
Yes, well, my father did not marry until the first time until he was 30 himself.
That doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but, you know, he probably also had a job and he's probably living on his own.
Oh my
He was
god.
also in the military.
He's in the military
like me.
too.
So I don't really care about
My
what your father did. Because, you know,
lord.
that's what he did. It's
Why
not
did
what
Chris
you
get the
did.
degree? Chris got his degree, or his certificate, we should say. He got his certificate because his parents, I think it's pretty much because his parents told him to go to college. Because
Right.
Chris really had nothing to do with his life.
I mean,
What am I going to college for? Well, I originally went to college for film. For editing, specifically, because video editing is what I do. I love it, and it's great. It's one of the reasons I like making videos so much.
Really?
But,
I
I might switch over to theater.
I'm really
I'm
impressed.
co-directing Monty Python and the Holy Grail this semester. So depending on how much I enjoy this, I may just start doing that.
What was the first
I think
thing
theater
you
is really cool.
liked or noticed?
And a lot of
about
the skills you learn in
Casey?
film can be moved over to theater,
I know it's
and
her
vice
beautiful
versa.
face.
Her beautiful
Wasn't it
face.
5 years for a 2-year degree? Yeah, I think Chris went to college for
Yeah,
like
blue
6 or
green
7
eyes,
years
I like-
actually because he like didn't do
I
well.
like a swimming pool.
Accomplishments
I
are
would just-
generic.
I would just
Here's the
love
thing, you can give
to
examples of things that you've done.
swim around and bathe
Who's he
myself
talking to?
in.
He's talking to the father of one of his potential girlfriends, which is not.
So the first thing you notice is her appearance.
Oh, let's listen to that again. Let's listen to that one more time. He asked him. I'm sorry, we've been talking a lot, so I've skipped over like 1 or 2 things that have been happening in this call. But he talked about how Chris has a degree and he doesn't know what to do with it. I'm pretty sure he talked about that.
I know it's her beautiful face.
Her beautiful face.
What's the first thing you notice about Casey? Her
And her
face.
blue-green eyes are like a pair of swimming pools. Yeah, I would just
This is just a
love
little tip, but
to
if you get asked by
swim
your
around
partner's
myself in.
parents, what's the first thing you noticed about them? Don't say their face.
So the first thing
And
you
don't
notice
say
is-
their tits or their dick. You should probably say they were really funny or they were really smart or something that isn't their physical appearance. That's just a little tip. Just a little bit of a tip there.
Honestly, though, fuck's sake. Why would you say that about a girl's eyes to their dad? Why would you say that to their dad? Maybe if you're trying to be cutesy or something, because it's like 12th grade, you're
But
trying to
still,
be
the first
cute
thing
on
that,
Valentine's
you
Day.
noticed
Maybe that shit would
was
fly.
her
Maybe.
appearance.
But like,
So
don't
it's
say
like,
that to
you
their
looking for, like, a
dad.
trophy wife or
Ever.
something? It's kind of funny.
No, I did not know. Okay, well, I will.
Oh my god, he even
Yeah,
calls
maybe
Chris
I was
creepy,
wrong.
which is
No, I mean,
hilarious.
I was like the first thing I noticed about her.
I'm watching the stream at work right now. Be proud of me, Daddy.
We talked first.
I'm proud of you. You have a job. Is it at Cutco or Wendy's? As long as it's neither of those two places, then you're doing better than Chris ever did at his peak.
Anyway, I actually learned first that she was.
Dude, my eyes are brown too.
I actually learned that she was.
Because my eyes are brown, like,
and very delightful to
in the
talk to.
summer when, like, tons of sun has been in my eye, right? I have really light brown eyes. But for the most part, my eyes are super fucking dark brown, and they just look like black holes for eyes. I've been told all the time that I have these piercing eyes that are scary as shit. Because they're just, like, brown and piercing, you know? I don't have, like,
This doesn't really
beautiful
doesn't
green or
really add
blue
up
eyes like
to
I see with other people.
what
It's
Casey
actually
told
really
me,
funny.
You know, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
so-
from the
But I
impressions
totally know
got
what you
from
mean
what she
when you
said
say,
about
like,
her
they'd be
your
pools of
first,
shit. Dude, my eyes are the
first
same way.
little encounter, we'll call it. Now, she said she was a little bit.
What would they be with Hazel? I don't know.
A little bit
Watery
uncomfortable
duty,
around you, you know.
Probably.
You know, and apparently when you first talked to her, you know, you actually were pretending to be somebody else. Actually, you know, that other Chris, you know, that
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah, that was another thing.
Dirt
Yeah.
with patches of
All right.
Chris.
Yeah. Well,
She didn't like
yeah,
that
didn't
much.
She didn't
Okay,
like
well,
that much.
actually,
Yeah, my girlfriend didn't like,
Kim
or
tells
my
me-
daughter didn't like
yeah,
how
our
when you
friend,
first
yeah.
hit on her, you
Yeah,
were
she tells
pretending
me,
to be
yeah,
someone
yeah,
else.
it's
That was a little
Black
weird.
Chris's
Like, that's
email
weird as
account.
fuck.
If she was
It is
gonna-
not Saturday.
before
Dude, you gotta follow my
before
Facebook
I
page,
ever
because if
learned
you guys
about
want to
Casey,
know if there's a
he
Christian
was
stream on
really
Saturday,
interested
if
in
if I don't do a
Chris,
Christian
you know, was
stream
her
on
boyfriend at the
Saturday at
time,
9,
you know.
like I normally do, then
Yeah,
I
he's
post
a-
on Facebook when I'll be doing
I've
it.
actually talked to that guy.
So
and met him
please,
in
if you
person.
really
He's
want to know,
he's
just
actually a
check
pretty
there.
nice kid.
That's usually where I do it.
Yeah, but if you notice his YouTube
Yeah,
videos,
Chris
he
probably
does,
sees things in
well, he
cartoons
does-
and he's like,
he does
I don't know,
go
he's like
crazy.
Pepper Le Pew, you know, he just like
But
says
anyway,
weird
for the-
shit
for
and
the
hopes it
time
works.
I say granted. Now, he was, I mean, he was pretending to be me for
My eyes are scary, but they're green-gray. Yeah, I've heard people say that that kind of color is creepy, because it kind of looks like a ghost or something. You know, that kind of light green-gray color. I kind of like that color, though. Dude, I'd kill to have eyes like that. I think brown is such a generic color for me to have. I'd rather have, like, green or something. That'd be wicked cool.
Wait a minute.
Just giving you shit, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, I know. I'm just saying legitimately if you guys would like to know.
That
Just check
doesn't
the
make any
Facebook page.
sense to me. I mean, why would he pretend to be you?
Alright, this
You know,
part
someone
is
like
good.
you
We could talk over this
died
part. There's not
with
really
his
much happening here.
parents.
It's really just Chris telling him about how that Liquid Chris was pretending to be him, so he pretended to be him to get Casey, and it's you know, it's the whole Casey saga. Honestly, we've already been. Oh, now he's talking about Sonichu. Oh God.
The original creator of Sonichu and Roschu, the electric hedgehog Pokemon.
His reaction here is just like fucking perfect. It's spot on to what like anybody would say.
I drew the comic book.
That sounds.
I drew the comic books. I originally started that back in 2000, and I've drawn a few.
Chris
books,
just
but,
keeps talking,
doing some
Okay,
drawings.
and
so-
none of this makes
I'd like
sense.
to leave an unfinished project finished.
You know, I have
Anyway.
absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I
He hit
barely
it.
know what Sonic the
He got
Hedgehog and Pokemon is.
He got
It's
it
kid stuff.
right
so,
on
so
the
basically what I'm
fucking
getting here is
nail.
that you took
He
two,
hit it.
like,
He hit it so hard,
kids
guys. He gets it.
things
That's the
and put
perfect
them
reaction to
together.
that.
You know, two
Honestly.
copyrighted
Yeah, but-
kids things. And
Yeah,
put
but
them
it's like,
together.
but it's like a whole new
My
character,
lord.
And my father has a good knowledge about the copyrights and whatnot.
Your
And
dad
he-
doesn't
and
know
he
what he's
verified
talking
for me
about with
that
copyrights. Jesus
I
fuck.
have been
Listen,
clear
if
the
Chris
whole
wanted to,
time.
here's the thing, like,
Clear
he
the
could have
whole
bullshitted
time.
it. He could have been
But
like,
the
oh, I
thing
draw comic books, and I'm trying
will,
to,
continue
you know,
to
I'm not doing so well
draw
financially
this
because I'm trying to draw comic books for a living, and it's really hard.
copyright
You know, like, you could bullshit
your
that.
original creation.
But he's not smart
And
enough to do
that's where
that.
the original
He
stories
thinks
and
that
everything.
Sonichu is so impressive, and he thinks that he has so many fans, and Chris thinks that he has double the amount of people that are currently on the internet. I think he thinks he has half the amount of people that are on the internet. There's like what was it? It was like 2 billion people in the world are on the internet, and Chris thinks that he has a billion fans on the internet.
Which
So
means
he thinks
you
that
were
a billion
18
people-
when you made this, you were what, a senior in high school?
Exactly.
You were playing with kid stuff.
If you're a
That's what you've
senior
been
in high
doing
school
for,
and you've been drawing a
what,
comic book since like your
since
freshman
then,
year of high
you're
school,
27
senior year,
years
whatever,
old,
and
you're
you're
playing with kid stuff.
this old during the
I mean,
father
like
call. I don't
little
remember
kid
exactly how
stuff,
old Chris
like
was. Maybe 28,
10-year-olds.
maybe. That's my best guess.
Yeah, well, it may sound like that, but in a
And he
sense,
wasn't going anywhere. Maybe move on to a different thing. Maybe just move on to a different thing. You know, like if it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but
If it's not going anywhere, right? But you don't care because you have like a small fan base. If you have enough that's like you're happy with it, and you don't want it to blow up into this huge thing, then fine, like whatever, do whatever whatever makes you happy, okay? But like Chris wants it to be this huge thing, and it's been that long, and he has no fucking people watching.
you said it was popular.
3 billion people in the
still.
world are on the internet.
Yeah,
Okay.
But the thing,
I thought it was
but-
2
but
last
you're
time I
not
read,
making any
but that
money
was like
off of it,
years ago
so
when I
you're
read
just
about that.
Doing this
For the
while
for when
you
Chris said
sit
he has like
around
a
at your
billion
parents'
fans.
house.
3 is
for
probably
no
more accurate.
Real reason, because like I said, you're not making any money off this, and
Yeah, but it is
Yeah,
a
like
thing
you
to
can-
make money off.
Here's the thing though, I
Voice
doubt
for
you've
it.
been doing that webcomic since you were in freshman year.
I am working on starting
And
to
you
make
probably
money off
understand that
by
that's really hard. Making a webcomic and making money off of a webcomic is very, very difficult. I totally understand it. And good luck to you. I agree with custom made memes. Good luck to you. It is very difficult to like make it big with like a webcomic on the internet.
Over 2000, it became more and more popular on the internet.
Well, there you go. You only just started. You have nowhere to go but up.
don't you
And Chris sort of
don't you
missed
need
that
to
ages
both
ago.
Sega and Nintendo. I mean, is that
Yeah,
Sonic?
yeah, I
This is
Sega,
just
right?
basic
I know a
Sonichu
little
stuff
bit
that he's
about
talking about here.
what
Not
my
much
daughter
to comment on
my little daughter
specifically.
used to talk about. I kind of know what a Sega is, I think.
Okay, yeah, I have talked to Sega as well, but anyway.
See, there you go.
getting
That's the
back-
difference.
anyway,
Just for
getting back-
fun,
getting back
it
to-
doesn't matter how long you're doing it as long as you're having fun
Yeah.
doing it. But it's a little different when we're talking about Chris, because Chris wants his thing to be like huge. He wants it to be bigger than Mickey Mouse or some shit, you know?
And,
Like, that's just not gonna happen with the way he treats it. It just really isn't.
He was one of them, before I make Casey,
Exactly. You can like stuff for kids. It doesn't matter. You can like kid stuff. You can like kid stuff. I get it. Like this is an act, right? Because he's the father of Casey, and he's like this
okay,
huge,
I'm sorry,
staunch
this is just getting-
Republican.
this
He
is
fought
just
in
getting
Desert Storms, and I'm
completely
saying, like
ridiculous,
again,
all
he's
this
supposed to
internet-
say
I mean,
stuff
this- all
like
this internet stuff. I
like
don't-
this is for kids.
I don't
Don't
know
do
much
it.
about
You know, like to
computers,
better
but,
Chris.
I mean, that's just
To make him act more
this sounds
adult.
like just a whole.
But like you can like
waste
kid
of
stuff,
time
right?
that I don't
As long as you're
care
doing
about
something with
because
your
it
life,
doesn't
that's
pay the
exactly
bills,
right. Like you can
and it
like
does not help
whatever
support
you want.
my case.
You want to go Rugrats, My Little Pony, kid shit,
I
kid shit
would-
like
I
that.
would
You
care.
can play Pokemon
I
card
would
game.
do
You
it
can do all of that. It doesn't matter what you do with your life. As long as you're having a good time and you're not like hurting other people. It doesn't matter what age group. There's no age group with this shit. Okay, there's no age group with like enjoying stuff. But you still gotta do something with your life, you know?
But
Honestly.
And then you made this
Sega.
Sonichu thing.
It's really the way that
I
he
mean,
just like extends certain
like,
words.
This
Like
is something.
Storm.
Something's not right
It's like
here,
A's
you know?
and O's and
But
the
since you
stuff
didn't bring
that
up
he just, like,
YouTube,
makes
I got
go on
kind of an
forever,
interesting
dude, you
little
know?
thing that I noticed in one of your recent videos.
kid. I pressed enter too early. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I don't know what exactly you were thinking.
should be.
With this, you did that video with the 9/11. I can't say I really enjoyed that too much.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
That
think really they
that
made
kinda
him a
hits close to
staunch
home
like
to me, you
Republican
know? I
war
mean,
hero type character just because Chris made that 9/11 video, which is hilarious.
You're lucky I don't.
Oh my god,
You're lucky I
dude.
don't have a YouTube son. I mean, that hits close to home to me. My mother.
Yeah, Chris is the kind of
Casey's
person who thinks that if he
grandmother,
cancels his comic, people
you
will just
know,
like
she
stop living.
died on 9/11.
Well, you can't really blame him for that because Clyde Cash exists because his little brother committed suicide, you know, because Chris stopped the comic. Like, Chris thinks that he has that power to change people's lives that much. He thinks he has that ability. And you can't blame him because people are dumb as fuck. People killed themselves because they wanted to be a Navi in Avatar. So, like, it's not really like the world doesn't work in that regards. But, like, not for Chris. Not for Chris. But I can't blame him too much with that because the trolls sort of convinced him that would happen. But the fact that he fell for it is nonetheless hilarious.
He made a video basically just trying to mess with some guy on the internet that makes fun of one of the greatest American tragedies of our lifetime. No, the greatest American tragedy of our lifetime.
Yup.
Yes, but this guy, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of things against me.
Unless that guy assassinated the president, maybe don't compare him to 9/11. Maybe, you know, some guy on the internet.
But this guy, senpai,
just
Yeah. Son,
he could have
let me ask you something.
Could've chopped off his penis.
Were you
No
on
excuse for
9/11? I mean, they say
making fun of
everybody remembers
9/11.
where they were on 9/11 when they
Jesus
heard that those
Christ.
towers were going down.
this guy made fun of me,
When a
Dad.
plane hit
This
those
guy made
towers,
fun of me, Dad. I'm gonna
thousands of people
make fun of
died.
9/11. There's shit all you can do about it.
I remember where I was on
And
9/11.
fucking, I'm gonna kick Clyde right in his goddamn butthole. I'm gonna kick him so hard in his butthole, he's gonna wish that he wasn't 9/11.
like, just don't make fun of 9/11 when the person you're trying to seduce is a war hero from Desert Storm.
Would you like to know where Casey
No.
was? Would you like to know where Casey
My
was?
lord.
Okay, well, if I may finish. Yeah.
No,
He wants the
no, I'm
Clyde
sorry.
cock.
No. Casey was at Ground Zero. She was giving blood and plasma, volunteering. And where were you again?
If you guys would like me to do ASMR, it's about 40 minutes into the video now. So, if you would, don't be edgy for the sake of it, right? Like, there was no point for Chris doing that other than to be edgy. I mean, you can be edgy if, like, it's funny, but, like, Chris was just trying to be threatening in, like, an edgy high schooler kind of way.
Stories on me? Have you been, like, changing stories on me
you know,
through this entire call?
This is all the more relevant because yesterday was 9/11. Dude, I didn't even remember that. I didn't even remember that. Forgot about that, though. Good job reminding me. That's a good thing. If you guys would like to cash in the ASMR, I will gladly do the ASMR now if you guys want.
I would like to open Wendy's.
Casey would have been a little girl then.
Sad
Yeah,
about that.
the fact that Chris doesn't
Why?
put that together is hilarious.
I told
I
you
think
this
she would have
was
been
because of,
a little girl at that point. She probably wouldn't have been old enough to give blood. I don't know how old you have to be to do
Emotional
that.
Differences. That's
But,
yeah,
my
absolutely
players.
nothing.
If you guys want to do
That just sounds like a
ASMR,
bunch
we
of
can do that.
bullshit. Also sounds a little gay.
A little gay.
I mean, well, what?
Gay.
What?
The way he says
Did
gay.
the
The way
fry
he
break
just
up with you or
extends
something? I mean,
A's.
come on.
Is good.
No, it was nothing. It was nothing like
Say
that.
into the mic overdrive.
Why do you sigh so?
Okay.
That's
Wait,
that's
dude. Dude, I got you. I got you covered, right?
There was a whole bunch of misunderstandings between me and.
When was this call? I don't know exactly the date on it. Alright, dude, I got you. I got you covered. I'm gonna do a bunch of ASMRs today. Because I'm feeling up to it, so I can totally do that into the mic.
Sunlight a yellow overdrive.
Dude, I got you. I got you covered. I got you with the sunlight yellow overdrive. Dude, what's the other one? What's the other one? It's like shining silver overdrive. I can't fucking remember that one. It's the one with Jonathan when he kicks the sword and then melts that guy's arm off with the sword. What is that? What is that? Let me look it up.
Daddy, he was making fun of me online. He called me a fag. Dad, I'm not a fag, right? I played soccer that one time.
There you go. I got you covered, dude. Silver metal overdrive. I thought it was like shining silver or some shit. Stress sigh. Was that good enough?
Saddam Hussein. I fought in Desert Storm. My Casey, she knows about this. She's a doctor. And I fought in Desert Storm. If anybody's gonna know about autism, it's my Casey.
Oh my lord. Oh my god. If I'm doing ASMR into the mic, I can't actually see the chat because I have to get like right close to that shit. Oh my lord. Yeah. Do I have water? Fuck, I don't have water. I usually have water for these streams if I'm gonna do that shit. Damn it. Do you watch Mob Psycho 100? I do not watch Mob Psycho 100. Is that one of those Korean cartoons that I've heard about? You gotta study. Alright, see you later. My Casey is a PhD. She's got a PhD. Oh my god. Alright guys, you get one more. You guys can vote for one more. Just throw out some shit and I'll pick whatever is the most interesting. Or you guys can vote for it if you guys overwhelmingly pick the same thing. So please go ahead and cast your votes now. Ladies and germs. Say eat the spaghetti to forgetty your regretty. You gotta put on my heelys to escape my feelies. That's my favorite one. She's got a PhD. Oh, it's made by One Punch Man? Oh, that's cool. Daddy impersonating dad. Septic taint hole. Holy shit! I can't do a good Joseph Joestar when he's old. I can do a good young Joseph. Like I can go nice, like I can do that. I can be young Joseph, but I can't be old Joseph. I don't have enough gusto to do it. Son of a bitch! Like I can't do it well. I hate it. I wish I could do it. Nice, Caesar chat. Like I can do that. That's easy. But infected taint hole. My goodness.
Septic taint hole. Oozing pus. It's squirting out onto your face. Slipping down your cheeks. Don't move. It's going into your mouth. Oh no. It's always been there.
Alright, there you go. Alright, let's get back to this father call. We got shit to do. That was like 5 minutes of ASMR.
And he has spike on his shoulder again.
Is it over? Nah, dude. We got an hour and 20 minutes. Actually, we got
kind of misunderstanding.
We got 2 hours essentially.
mean, this.
Yeah, like I
Whenever
did,
he
like,
asks
did some
Chris for
things that
details,
thought were
Chris
bad, but were
can't
actually-
give
that he
them.
thought were bad, but were actually good. And then he
Bad?
let me go
Bad?
based on that. Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Oh.
this was a couple of days before 9/11, and I was still feeling down from being let go. And then on 9/11, I was out shopping with my mother that day.
Chris was sad because he was
Good
fired
God, I
from
mean,
Wendy's.
You sound like you're just some simpering little.
And then
I
went
mean,
shopping with
your
his
voice is all
mom.
wavering. I mean, and
Can you do Fallout
good-
after
good
this? Yeah, I was
Lord, you
planning
wanna-
to do
you wanna date-
do some more
you
Fallout if you
want
guys
to date
wanted
my
me to
daughter?
stream
I mean,
some Fallout.
You're not even giving me an ounce of respect.
How's college? It's been pretty good. I've been pretty busy.
Oh, come on.
I broke my glasses last week, so I had to go
back.
back to Connecticut to like get a new prescription because I hadn't been to the eye doctor in like 2 years. So I had to get a new prescription, get new glasses, and they look mighty fine if I do say so myself. So I've got my new glasses and everything's all good.
God damn, you just.
My classes have
This
been
just
fun,
sounds
though.
like a bunch of fucking whining. I mean, you're not even. You don't even sound like half the man. You know that other Chris sounds like at this point. You don't sound like you've grown up. You play fucking Pokemon.
I
fun
am a
Pokemon.
grown-up, sir.
Yeah,
I
I've
have
been
moved on
streaming
from
the Nuka
Pokemon
World
years
DLC
ago.
actually,
I am a grown-up.
I just got
have
through the
moved on
Galactic
from
Zone.
childish things.
so that's pretty cool.
No, you didn't move from you went from Pokemon to Sonichu. I mean, what the fuck? This is still just kid shit. I mean, you don't have a job. You're still living with your parents. You're almost 30 years old. This is ridiculous.
Oh
I mean,
my
you want to
God.
date my daughter. I
Could
mean,
you
this is-
imagine
I mean,
if
you
Chris's
realize
parents
she's
ever sat him down
leagues above you right
and
now.
said this to
I
him?
mean, she's out of your
I
reach.
think he'd be different. Didn't he scare a 2-year-old with his Donald Duck impression? Yeah, I mean, Chris did a lot of things to get fired from Wendy's, but I think the main thing that they fired him for was making the Donald Duck impression to scare a child.
Enduring physical pains as well. You just could not-
Adults play
you could
Pokemon,
not
children play Call of Duty.
Physical pains.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You have to understand that this is a character,
God.
right? This
I
is a
have one
character.
myself
He's an
to
old guy. He's an old staunch Republican. He fought in Desert Storm, yada yada. He's a character. You gotta understand that. Like, you could play Pokemon and be old, like,
Chess.
gives a fuck.
I mean,
But like,
I'm
you
lucky
also
to
have
be
to do
alive.
something with your life.
My
And
comrade,
Chris
you know,
has
one
not.
of my good buddies, he wasn't so lucky. He died right next to me.
Died right next to me.
I carried him
Carried him.
back.
This part's great. Chris has no reaction.
That was very heroic, and I commend you for that, good sir.
I commend you for that.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure. You don't need to commend me. You're just kissing ass.
You're just kissing ass.
No, I am not kissing ass.
I love that. Can we hear that one more time? Actually, can we hear that one more time in slow-mo? Because I just love it so much. I haven't slow-moed this yet.
I am not kissing ass.
I just love the way he says I'm not kissing
Okay.
ass.
Well then. All right.
Oh, my lord.
Okay. So really, okay. What? Okay. So I have one more question.
Sure, go for it.
What do you have to offer my daughter? Really?
We're not going to be
after-
showing
after
fan
I've
art
heard
at the
all
end of the
this, what
stream because it's a
exactly
very
do you
long
have
one.
to
We'll be
offer
doing that this Saturday.
a future,
But,
a future med student.
That's I know if you guys are bummed out,
I mean,
I'm sorry,
she
but we're
has-
not going to be
she had
doing
a
that this
good
time.
fiance, and now you think you can take her?
Yes, I could, because I can offer her a whole bunch of support that
I'm not kissing
Chris
ass
could not.
unless you pay the
Really?
right price.
Really?
Like,
He
I
was
am
going to college. He had a job lined up.
Like, I am honest, I am loyal, I am strong.
That doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
This guy
Good-natured.
This guy spoke several
This
languages.
doesn't
He had
matter
connections in the comic
to
book
the
industry. This
dad,
guy could get a
though.
job right out of college, and you're mooching off the
You know what
government
a
off of my
parent-
tax money.
Have you considered doing a stream purely for fan
And
art?
you
I don't know. I don't know if that's
to
a
date
thing
my
you guys would
daughter.
be
I mean,
interested in. I was
these two
thinking of
had
maybe
so
doing
much
like
in
a
common.
Poke Draw
and
stream.
Casey
I was
and
wondering if you
Chris.
guys would
I
be
mean,
interested in
she
this. There's a
loved
website that'll put
everything
Pokemon on the
about
screen
them,
for
you
like
know.
45 seconds, right? And you have to draw it in like MS Paint.
You just
And I was thinking of doing
sit
that
around,
on
play with
stream
toys
because I'm a
and
horrible artist.
what video games?
Usually I'll
what you
just
buy
draw
with
like
your welfare money.
not what the
Pokemon
Pokemon
shit.
is because I'm just so bad.
I have
Dude,
not
I
played
drew
with
a
Pokemon for
Voltorb
years,
once.
sir.
And halfway through drawing it, I was like, this doesn't look
So
like a
what do you
Voltorb.
play
It looks
with?
like a Ninja Turtle. So then it turned into a Ninja Turtle. It was
You
horrible.
denied Pokemon, but you didn't deny video games.
Oh my god, Poke Draw stream
Okay,
when?
yeah,
I'm not sure.
I have played
Might do a
some
Poke
I have
Draw
played some
stream.
Guitar Hero.
Later on. Maybe around
Guitar Hero.
December.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
I have to stand up to play. I have to stand up and play guitar.
You have to stand up to play guitar.
Chris considers standing up to play
wow,
Guitar
that's-
Hero an
Why
exercise
don't you-
routine.
That's just pathetic. I mean, that's not.
Oh
you think
my
that's exercise?
God.
You play a real guitar? I think that real Chris could play a real guitar.
Oh my
I worked
god.
hard for my father.
You guys want to
in
see it?
his
Here, I'll pull up a
in his
picture of it.
In his garden, I pulled weeds.
I pulled
Oh, it's very hard
weeds.
to
My
pull.
grandma pulled weeds.
Grandma pulls weeds.
My grandma had arthritis.
You guys like my
and she
Voltorb?
pulled weeds every day.
Isn't he good? This is what he looked. Okay, I added the body and the shell and like this
Now,
little
I'm
hair
sorry to hear your
doodad.
grandma had-
But this is
had
legit what my
arthritis.
Voltorb looked like before I before I turned him into a Ninja Turtle.
I am very strong, sir.
It's so bad.
I tell you, it was very
Oh
hard.
my
and
God.
forceful work.
This is what it's like when I draw fucking Pokemon. It's
And
not
I
a
was
good
working under
thing.
the hot sun. It was a
Chris is
very
more
hot
willing to
day.
pull weeds in Animal Crossing than he
You
is to
still
like
look like a.
do actual chores.
You look pretty fat to me. I mean, Casey exercises and she lost weight. She looks.
How do you
she looks
fuck up a Voltorb? It's
wonderful.
a circle.
And you?
Dude, drawing on a mouse is hard, okay?
And do you
Like,
even know,
and not
what is the
knowing how to
hot
draw
sun?
is
I mean, I've been
also
in the Middle
hard.
East. I mean,
You should
you
make
don't
that
know
into a
hot
comic.
until
Oh my god.
you've been out in the fucking shit.
Let the real Chris play a
Okay,
fake
yes.
guitar.
Okay, yes. I will agree with you that I cannot truly understand heat until I'm in the middle of a desert. But still, those were very hot days. And I pulled those weeds.
That's
And
I know what
I even placed lumber around the edges of that garden, and I hammered labels of those flowers that my
oh my
father
god.
hand wrote accurately and
He's trying
and-
so hard.
and he showed me
It's
where
the
to
worst
place them,
thing.
and I even helped him a little bit with placing them. And
Oh my
I
god.
hammered those.
I
those
can't
little
even
cards
comment
into
on
those pieces
this.
of lumber.
That just sounds like basic chores. I mean,
That
that's
is basic
you know,
chores.
lumber, pulling weeds.
Pulling weeds.
On a good day,
Drawing
I had to do
signs.
200 push-ups.
That is
I
not
saw
the
those push-ups you
same
saw. I
as
saw those
being
push-ups you
in
did,
fucking
whatever you
desert,
call
dude.
them.
It's
Push-ups, and
not.
That's not
For
push-ups.
fuck's sake.
And that's
Ah.
that was. I don't know. You look,
I
you
think
look
this is one of the
flopping around
cringiest
like a
Christian videos. I think this is one of the
fish.
cringiest Christian videos there is. And hello,
Actually, kind
people
of looked like
coming
you
to
were
the
humping
stream.
the floor or something.
Truly, I am a hero. I pulled the weeds.
I even mowed the lawn.
Oh,
Mow the
shit.
lawn.
Oh,
And
fuck
Wow.
me,
those were
dude.
hot- those were very hot
Mowed
days,
the
too.
lawn. Holy shit.
And sometimes the lawnmower would quit on me.
Holy shit,
And
he
I
mowed
had
the
to- I
lawn.
practically kick-start it with my foot. I had to kick it and start it up again.
Wow, he had to
You know,
kick
I-
it
you
to
know, I
start
see-
it. Holy
I see 7-year-olds who
shit.
mow lawns, all day.
Holy
All
shit.
day.
Says
all summer.
Joseph, hit me, my
They
boy.
do it just fine. Why can't I mean? And
No,
and they get
holy
paid
fuck.
for it, might I add?
Ugh.
Yeah, well,
mean,
I was
so-
not. I was not paid for mowing the
My
lawn.
god, dude. I used to mow the lawn,
also,
and
you
my
know what?
yard
I'm
is
very
the yard I used to
happy
have
because
when
I
I mowed the
had to-
lawn
I had to take
was
care of,
like
and I
3
wasn't
times
paid
the size
for.
of Chris's.
When
I had a
my
huge
dog
ass
died
lawn.
a few years ago. She was a sweet
And like
dog.
I didn't even complain
I
about it,
moved-
for
I moved
fuck's
to
sake.
carry her doghouse to the
I'd
site
complain about
where
anything.
We buried her.
Fucking mow the it's a
doghouse.
basic chore.
That thing had
My
to weigh
goodness.
Like 5-10
Damn, it
tons.
stopped working. You had to make it work
Heavy.
again.
I carried that thing.
Jeez. We're like
You're
5
talking,
tons.
you're talking to
10
me about how your
tons.
dog died. You're talking about someone who has lost friends and family in national tragedies. My mother, I had to deal with the loss of my mother, not to old age, but to fucking
a plane.
by fucking
Terrorists.
piloted by terrorists. My mother was killed by terrorists.
Yeah. Well, my
And
yeah, well,
and
Ugh.
but you know, your heavy burden is your dog died. I'm sorry, but you know, boo. I mean, really, it's I've had dogs die. I mean, it sucks, but that's nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I was
Maybe
very,
if you're
I was
like
very sad when
blind
she died.
and it was like
And
your
you know
seeing
what, it
eye
was not
dog
merit
and like,
based,
you
it was
know,
pretty
like
much,
you needed the
yeah, she was
dog
very
all your life, or
sickly,
maybe
and
you
there
had
was
like a
nothing
real
we could
special
do,
connection
so
with dogs. I know people can have special
signed that
connections with
form to
animals
give her
more than they do
permission to put
with
her to
people,
sleep.
but like, you know, maybe keep it to
I
yourself.
let her
You know,
go.
like,
That was an
I
emotional
personally
burden
like
on me.
animals
And I have,
a bit more than
and I have
people
been,
for the
my
most
Aunt
part.
Karina
Me and people
died
don't seem to get along,
just a
but
few months, just a few
maybe
months
don't
this last
compare your dog dying
January
to
because
someone's mom
of
getting hit by a
heart
plane.
cancer.
So are
It was
you
traumatic. It was very saddening. I was very
sorry?
close.
Are you
She was-
messing with
she
me?
was-
Are you trying to compare, you know, the loss of my mother, the loss of someone who took care of me for years, to a dog?
Oh, it won't show. It
Calling my
won't
mother
post the
a
Voltorb.
dog.
Yeah,
I
you
am
can't
not
put
calling
links
your mother a
in
dog.
YouTube chat. Sorry, bud.
I had to dig my mother out of the rubble of the Twin Towers. I mean, and you had to lift a doghouse.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that doghouse was heavier than any tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
And that doghouse pretty much was a tombstone.
Sounds like you're fucking with me now.
I am
My
not. I am
goodness,
being
could you
very honest
imagine
with
being
you,
a
sir.
dad and listening to this? The guy who wants to have
I'm
sex
telling
with
you
your
the honest
daughter
truth from my
and
sound
make a
mind
daughter
and my
called
sound
Crystal Weston
I'm-
Chandler.
I'm-
Could
I'm
you imagine
starting to-
this? I don't know how many of
Starting to
you
really
people out
kinda
there
doubt
watching
this
my
whole
stream are
honesty thing
fathers, you know?
keep talking about.
You guys,
I mean,
could you
how
imagine
do you
this?
think? I mean, how do you think Casey would feel?
You're a
if,
dad, and you just like,
if I-
little girl
if I
comes
told-
home,
If I told
she brings
about
home
this,
Chris.
you know,
Like, what the
what
fuck do you say to
think
that? What do you
how-
do?
How do you think
Dude,
she
I'm
would
not a
feel
dad,
about,
and
you
I'd
know, you
know.
comparing this whole
Like, get the fuck out of my
lifting a
house.
30, 50
What is
pound
this?
doghouse to, you know, maybe 100,
You're
200
a
pound,
father.
you know,
I mean,
tombstone.
essentially, the dad of streams.
And that doghouse is
50-pound
probably
doghouse.
made of wood.
Yeah,
This is-
Chris will
No,
just
it's
completely
solid
negate,
rock.
just like completely just
No.
ignore anything if the
I'm
question is
asking,
too
yeah,
complicated or too hard, and just
There's
like
wood and
just like talk
plastic.
about
That
stupid
thing
shit.
has to weigh over 100 pounds.
Plastic's pretty light, you know. I mean, that's. I'm sorry. This isn't even close to the same.
If Chris wasn't a known moron, he wouldn't be messing with
And
Casey's father.
that's just that. I mean,
Yeah, you think he would be? Yeah, Chris is completely for real here,
you
which
know,
makes
if
it
you
even
had
more
told this to
hilarious.
Casey, she would probably be. She would be so
Aren't we your
angry.
kids? I mean, essentially.
You're just totally grasping at straws at this point.
Yeah, well, also, I've been through a whole bunch of this, also, to go off topic a bit, or going back to an old topic, that I have been deceived by the trolls.
What does that
Representing
mean, though?
Women who I thought were honest over the internet. When I was
Give
talking to them
examples.
for a while.
Give a goddamn
Give a shit
example.
about the internet.
That doesn't mean anything.
And so the Russians
Be a
were too
man.
honest.
Doesn't mean
And those
anything,
two
Chris.
women
To an
died.
adult man,
I
that
was very
doesn't
heartbroken
mean
by that. And
anything.
yet I was even more heartbroken when I
I don't
found
even
out
know
that-
these people.
Lord.
I may not. I tell you what,
Yeah,
I
Casey's
went
Casey's dad was actually
Fake
Liquid
women?
Chris.
Did you say that these women were fake?
Yeah, this
So-
this
so
is
wait,
actually
these women
Liquid
were
Chris
probably
doing this,
fake.
which is really funny.
Fake women.
It makes it
died.
even
I
funnier.
didn't-
What is Chris
No,
saying?
I'm
He's
talking
trying
about-
to
no,
prove to
no,
this guy
no,
that Chris has been
no,
through
no,
hardships.
real
He's trying to
women.
prove to him
And how many of these women have you gone through?
that he's been through hardships and shit like
I have
that.
not been able to go to them.
That's what Chris is doing, and he can't.
But,
I mean,
but once,
He's
there
trying
was
to
this one
he's
time
trying to
where I
one
actually
up the
thought
guy
it was a woman. I
whose
actually
mom died
drove
to a 747.
drove a whole day's
Oy.
worth back and forth, almost 24 hours,
Or is
from
he?
my house to Cleveland,
Is he wearing
Ohio.
the
But
medallion?
it turns out that
Is he
that
not?
was a bad lead.
That
I
was
drove a whole- I
bad
drove a
lead.
whole-
I was going
almost
somewhere
20
to
I
fuck
drove
some girl,
from
but
5
it
in
just
the
turned
morning
out to
to
be a
12
black
o'clock
woman
to
in an
the-
abandoned
then
house.
after midnight.
You know?
The
I've been in
first,
the I've been in the troll
destination was a
business all
bad
my
one,
life,
that
and
was-
yeah,
that
one
was
thing
an
you learn is
obvious
you
troll.
You never
So
know
you
what's
went
gonna.
to
You never know what's
go
gonna come through
to
that IP address.
Ohio for a fake woman.
God,
But my
for fuck's
Casey
sake.
told me that you won't go and visit her.
My lord.
You'll film it.
Chris is very
Yeah,
sheltered.
I'm looking at Casey right
is.
now.
But
You
during
wouldn't go to DC. That's like 2 hours away.
That's another thing. Chris will never
You've met
travel
her
anywhere
before, for
to
God's
see a girl.
sake.
He will
Yeah,
never
well, I mean, I was more
travel
naive.
anywhere.
I
The
was
Chris,
more
the
naive
Chris will never have to do.
back
The
then.
girl will
I am
always
very
have to
less
make
naive now.
the effort, but he
I
will
have
never
been
do
very
it.
less naive for about a year now.
I am not convinced.
Oh, come on! You should
Come
be.
on. You know who you're. You know who you're talking to, son? What the fuck is this?
Come
I mean,
on!
now you're just talking
Who
back to
does
me like a little
this?
kid. Don't yell at me, you maggot. Piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously talking to me like as if I was a child.
Because you're
And I'm
acting
not
like
a
You are
one.
a child. You're acting like a child.
Come on, bud.
I am not a child.
Jeez.
I am a man.
I'm a pretty cool dude. Just let me
I
fuck
am
your
a
daughter, dude.
strong man.
Come on.
I
I'm a
have
pretty
been
cool
through
guy.
A whole bunch of
I made
emotional
Sonichu.
and physical
Jesus, fuck.
traumas in my life.
Oh my god.
You haven't proven a thing to me. You've shown me nothing that could even possibly suggest that you are a man.
Well, sometimes my memory fails me.
You're just sitting around in your parents' house, crying about your little dog, playing video games, whining about women on the internet. Some lazy little maggot.
I am not lazy.
Out of all
You're
of
living
that,
with your parents and you
Chris
don't have a
responds
job.
to
How
the
is that not
lazy
lazy?
comment. Oh
Well,
my
maybe
god.
I don't have a job, but I do work around the house.
That's
I
that
lift a
doesn't
whole bunch of-
I do
count.
chores every day, and I'm retired.
And they're not just
Fuck.
chores. They're not just chores.
Yes, they are. Everyone
Unless
works
he's,
around
like,
the house.
Doing his mom's medication
Maybe
and
everyone
changing his
works
dad's
around the
diaper
house,
and
but
doing
they
like
don't-
social
There's
worker
great
work or
difference
not
from
social worker, but
burden
you
to
know,
burden to
like
heavy weight.
care for like old
I
people
mean,
work
and-
because his
and
parents are like
I
that.
see, and you know,
Like,
I
that's
look
the only
on
time you can say
YouTube,
I do
I
housework
saw
and
a
that's
video of your
better.
house.
You know, that's like
Fucking
more or as
mess.
intense as
You call
like
that
having a
working around
job,
the
you know?
house?
Making
Well, I mean, are you
food
trying to be
and
some-
doing
you're
your
trying to be some kind of
laundry and
house
pulling
husband or
weeds, that's not a
something?
job. That's what you do to
Well, most of
exist.
that belongs
That's
to
what
my
you
mother,
do.
and I can't really
Fuck.
organize it without her being able to help me, without her being able to point out where to put everything.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it's
is
your
this is when
mom's
Chris
fault.
starts getting really triggered, and we're only an
That's
hour
real
in.
mature.
She's okay, well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
like I'm
She's
just
a bit of a
I
pack
was
rat,
I was
since
being
she retired
generous. Chris
from
doesn't even do what I
secretarial
listed
work,
because he doesn't cook.
she's been a little bit
They don't.
more
He doesn't
lazy, I'll
cook. They don't
admit
cook
that.
at his house.
Yeah, your room, but your room
The
was a
most
mess,
he'll
too.
do is eat a TV dinner.
What do you have to say about that?
You know, or put something in the microwave.
I mean,
He doesn't
this
actually
is-
cook
This is
food.
nothing.
Take out the trash. Have you seen their house? He doesn't take out the trash or
yeah, at this
It
rate,
may be
you're
nothing-
you know do any of that.
you're a
maybe
pack
nothing.
rat too.
I am not that bad of a pack rat.
Bye, derp.
I
See you
even-
later.
I even brought practically all that stuff into the house. And I had to bring in a couch, and I had to bring in the hutch, among other
Yeah,
pieces
like you
of
can
furniture,
stay at home
among
and
the
like there's
smaller
stuff you can do
pieces
to
of
have
the
to like
small
that's
bunch
as
of
important as
stuff
doing a job.
that my
Like
mom
you're saying, being a stay-at-home mom is a job.
That's
stay-at-home
a lot,
dad.
That's a lot of heavy
Being a
lifting.
stay-at-home parent is a job.
it was
Doesn't
Okay,
very
have to push
hard.
furniture.
Chris stays at home but doesn't do a
All
job.
this stuff you're talking about, this heavy burden, sounds like
He-
stuff
he-
everybody
like
has
the
to
stuff
do
he
at
does
some
does not even
point.
equal
You know,
1%
while
of what a parent has
this
to
is
do.
just regular everyday housework. This isn't
Ugh.
real work. This is chores. This is
And you don't
kid
think,
stuff.
Excuse
and
me,
you don't
did you just make
think
fun of pizza rolls?
carrying your soldier friend on
Pizza
your back
rolls
was a
equal what
heavy-
you eat
was
if you
a
hate
heavy
your heart.
burden. That was a heavy
That's-
burden.
Fuck
What
you just
the
say to me, little
fuck is it?
spaghetti?
Are you mocking me?
Did you just make
I am not
fun of
mocking
pizza
you.
rolls right now?
I mean,
I'm just-
Did you just
pointing
fucking
out-
make? I swear to God,
I'm just pointing
I
out
will
that
ban
what
you
you
from
did
this
was
stream. You don't make fun of
actually
pizza rolls.
It's-
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, that is a heavy burden because you were fighting to
Pizza
save,
rolls
you
and
were
tasty
trying
shit.
to save your friend's life.
Seriously though, pizza rolls are
Casey,
delicious.
I mean, come on,
Mm.
come over here.
It's good.
You gotta listen to this. Listen to this guy. This is great.
What, Daddy?
This is great. What
Oh
is-
my God, Chris
I
is
mean-
just arguing with him now.
I mean, this guy's just
Daddy,
fucking.
you sound mad. What's wrong?
This guy's just fucking with me. He's not even. I mean, he's not even respecting me at all. He's disrespectful.
What?
I don't
He's
know.
disrespecting you? What is he doing?
Oh my god.
I don't know. He's just talking about this little faggot kitty shit. And how he has
Oh
to
my
move
God.
chairs and do, oh no, housework.
Daddy, why are you so triggered?
I mean, and he's comparing that, you know.
Yeah,
to
dude,
when
pizza
you-
rolls are, like,
to when
real
your
bad for you,
grandma
but, like,
died.
He's
Dinosaur
what?
chicken nuggies are bad for you too, but can we
Yeah.
just agree that
I mean,
dinosaur
he's
nuggies are
talking
the best
about these
nuggies,
heavy
please?
burdens he's had to face, you know, and he's
Big
you know,
kitty
saying it's,
shit.
you know, it's a heavy burden, kind of like when you know, you remember. Well, of course you remember when we lost grandma. How
Oh
would
my
you
god,
forget?
I know. I had to volunteer just to get my mind off it.
Make fun of pizza rolls, tell
I
me to
mean,
pull a low tier
and this
god
guy,
and ban
this guy
you.
has nothing to offer.
Nah, dude, I
me.
won't ban you. I'll just put you in timeout and
I
make
have
you
a lot
eat a
to
pizza
offer
roll while you're
her.
waiting.
Really?
I have
Well,
plenty to
Ah,
offer
dude, I used to
her.
make homemade pizza bagels.
Like
Don't
what?
yell at my father like that. You
what?
need to respect him. He's a retired Marine.
I do respect your father, Casey.
Well, you need to be nice to him. What are you gonna do if he doesn't like you?
I gotta be honest, Casey's voice is really obnoxious.
I was being nice to him, but then
She's one of the more
because they told me
obnoxious
he was
of the
talking
gal
down to me as
pals.
if I was a child when I'm
Of
an
the
adult.
sweethearts. I don't know,
Already
something
is
about her
like-
voice
He's way
makes
older than
me
you. He's your
aggravated.
elder. To him, you are a child. I'm a child to him.
I don't know, it's just, I don't like it.
Okay, well, I guess in comparison, yeah, that is true. I just don't like being talked. I just
Nah,
think
dude,
it
you can totally mock
turns
pizza
me
rolls,
off
but
when I'm talked down to as such. I mean,
pizza rolls
that's
some
what
good
my
shit
father
though.
talks down to me as such.
If you mock dinosaur
Watch
chicken
what
nuggies,
stuff
I'll
like
fucking
the
put you in
father
timeout
does.
so quick it'll make your goddamn head
Like,
spin.
my father
Dinosaur
gets angry
nuggies
easily.
are top tier. Jackie's
Like,
voice is the
you
worst.
can't
Oh
act like
yeah,
a child
Jackie's
like
voice is
that.
real bad.
He is your elder. You're trying to
Yeah.
ask him permission.
Casey's
What
voice,
are
I
you
just,
doing?
I just don't like it. Her name was Destiny Rivera?
Apologize.
Dude, I have the same name. Maybe she's related to me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I apologize, Matthew. I apologize for talking back
Nuggies.
to you.
Dude, chicken nuggies though.
I got carried away. Especially from
I
being-
always start with the head on
I
dino
was being
nuggies,
talked
because then you
down
end
to.
with the tail, and the tail's like the crunchiest part of the nuggie, you know?
I mean,
Chris is sighing
totally
so hard.
understand that. I'm sure
No,
your
Julie's
father
Julie's
talked down
voice
to
was
you.
supposed to be obnoxious though.
Even
Like
when
Julie's voice
you
was
were
annoying because that was like a 13-year-old
about my
pretending to be a
age.
girl. You know, like that makes sense. Like that makes sense. Like
And I'm
Julie's
not
voice doesn't
making
annoy
fun
me,
of you or your
despite the fact
father,
that it's
but
supposed, because it's supposed to be annoying. Like I get it.
Fair
Like that's
comparison.
okay.
I just feel like it's
I don't think
fair
Casey's trying to be
comparison.
obnoxious here. I just think her
I
voice is
apologize
obnoxious.
for yelling at you.
Dude, I've got an entire lasagna in the freezer. I'm gonna have to make that later. Give me the cummy nuggies. No.
I don't even know how you think you can call me by my name right now.
Being an adult is work.
I don't
Another thing
believe
Chris
a
misunderstands.
goddamn
He really
word you
does.
just said. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, actually.
Well, believe it or not, it is the whole honest truth. I have been telling you this whole time.
Honest.
Fresh lasagna.
If that's the truth, I'm afraid to say you're pretty fucked. You're just using people from the internet as scapegoats for your problems. And you were lying when you first met Casey. That's what
Yup.
I've gotten about this. I'm
I'm pretty sure they
are not
sat
good
down
enough
and just
for
like
my daughter.
made sure to write on a piece of paper,
Chris,
these are the things that I
on
need
the
to
other
state to
hand,
Chris very
has
clearly,
my
because
blessing.
there's no way that they didn't go into this call without
And
without a
is
piece
the
of
internet
paper
such
in
a
front of
problem for
him,
you? I
so
mean,
that
just
he can
get
at
rid of
least
it. I
get the
mean, what
opportunity
do you
to
have
say
to
these
do?
things,
Just
you
call
know?
up, whoever it is, AOL, whatever it is you use, just call them, say, I don't want the internet anymore.
This is
That's
really all
have
you
to
gotta do.
You don't need it for anything.
If someone's harassing you in a video game,
Yeah, well, I
you
got a
mute
whole
them.
bunch-
Go to a
I got whole bunch-
library.
it's not that hard.
Yeah, well, I have a
It
bunch
is
of time
not that difficult.
on the internet.
Is there
and-
things that people can do that'll completely
Yeah.
ruin your online experience, and then that could
Library.
transfer into real life and ruin your life? Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of
There's
books.
stuff that can happen, but
Really, what was the last book you
just
read?
ignore them. For the most part, just ignore
The
them.
last book I read is To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird. I read To Kill a
High
Mockingbird
school shit.
in, I think that was freshman
I
or
read that-
sophomore year of high school.
Casey read that in high school. Casey read that as a freshman in high school.
Yeah, that must have been freshman year. Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird was freshman year because I read some book about black people living in the city and like eating watermelon. That's not even me being, that's not like me being racist or something. That's like legit what the book was about. It was making a social commentary about like black people living in the cities or some shit. And like
So what
every other
exactly did
chapter
you
was
learn
just,
from
it
this
would
book?
start with them just like sitting on their stoop eating watermelon and then talking about eating watermelon. That's all I remember about the book. And I remember the book had really like harsh language, and my class was like mostly white kids except for me being Spanish, and then like 3 black kids in the corner. And even the black kids didn't want to say all the harsh language. I was the only one who did. I was the only one who did. Like the teacher was like, I understand guys, but this is part of the book. If you don't feel comfortable saying like nigger, don't do it. But like it's part of the reading, it's part of the history of this book. And like I just said it because I was like, you know,
That's of
it's part of the book. It's how the book worked, you know. The book wouldn't have as much impact without it. And like every time I did that, all the black kids in the corner would just be like, "Oh shit, dude, he did it! Yeah, fuck yeah, dude, you're so cool!" Like everyone was so happy about it though. It was weird, and all the white kids were like, "Oh fuck, he did it!" I don't know. It's not that big a deal, dude. I mean, like if you're doing it for like history purposes and like that, it's totally fine. I think to do stuff like that. It was for history purposes and to continue to bring the impact of the book. That was the whole point of the book. The book wanted you to say these words. It wanted you to be uncomfortable. So, dude, do you have any students read JoJo in class? Dude, you have the best Japanese students.
That doesn't sound like the American classic that.
Did you live in an inner city? No, I live
sorry.
in Connecticut. That is, I lived in.
This sounds like a bunch of
not
horseshit.
Hartford.
Do you remember? Do you remember
If I lived in
the
Hartford, it
court
would be there'd
scene?
be no white kids in the class. Actually, that's not true. It'd be like half Italian,
The court scene in the book. You know, that
half-
was pretty big. That was
half black
pretty.
kids. Actually, that's not true. It'd be like a
major
third
book.
black kids,
Do
a
you
third
remember who
Puerto Rican,
Atticus
and then like a
Finch
third
was?
Italian.
In fact, that was probably the
Something like
pivotal
there.
moment of the book.
R.L. Stein. I'm really surprised that Chris didn't use R.L. Stein as an example of books that he's read.
Yes.
Dude, even I remember the courtroom
You
scene.
call yourself smart?
Atticus
Smart
Finch,
effort,
right?
Casey.
It was ages
When did
ago,
you-
and even
when
I
did you
remember
read
like
this?
some of this shit. I remember the dog. There was the dog that was like rabid, and the dad shot the dog, and that was a really big part of the book because like
A month ago.
it impacted the kids.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
know, I think the
remember
last book
the
Casey
shit.
read
I don't
was
remember
last
specifics. I just remember
And
it.
she reads books, she reads books
I
like you
stuff
probably
vegetables
stuffed
down my
candy
throat.
down your throat.
Let's hear that one more time. This is like one of the most memorable parts here.
Casey read was last week. And she reads books, she reads books like you probably stuffed candy down your throat.
I stuff vegetables down my throat. I stuff green beans. I stuff broccoli. I stuff corn. I stuff carrots.
Wow.
I stuff green beans down my throat. I stuff
What the fuck
carrots.
are you talking about? I mean, I don't
Do
even
you
know
love
what the
me?
hell
I
Probably not.
healthy.
And
If
look
you guys are
like
wondering
that.
what Chris just said
I-
there,
You don't even know what I just
that
said,
was
do
that
you?
was Chris
I mean, you
not
completely
fully
missed that I was,
understanding what he said there.
that little analogy
I
back
believe
there.
that's a problem with
Casey
his
says you ate
autism, where he doesn't
McDonald's.
understand
You say
social
you eat
cues.
healthy, but you ate a McDonald's?
So instead of understanding it as she reads books like you read candy, where he was making fun of him and saying that he's fat,
Lemonade
Chris
is full
didn't
of
put that
sugar.
together, and he
No,
thought what his dad
Chris
Casey's
is-
dad was saying
Chris
was
is-
that he was
Chris is
unhealthy
fit.
and
I've
eating
seen that
candy.
man.
Chris, trying
He
to
has
prove that he
rock
was
hard
healthy, says that he
abs.
shoves green
That-
beans
he-
down his throat.
That guy makes a Marine proud.
So
And he can cook. He doesn't go to
There's,
McDonald's. He doesn't need to.
there's that.
Well, I can cook too, and sometimes I do
I
cook.
read Nintendo Power. Tony, why
Me
don't you
and
love
Casey
us?
like to go running together.
I didn't say I don't love
Why
all of you
don't
as a
you go running
collective.
with Casey? Rather than sitting around
The
eating fast
individual
food
love
all
is
day.
hard to come by. It just doesn't come
I
out.
do go out. I do go out for
You gotta
jogs.
earn it.
I do go out
Nah, you
jogging.
guys are pretty great though.
And
If I didn't like you
I'd
guys,
be
I
happy to
probably
go
would
jogging with her.
ban you.
Or even
Nah,
running.
you
I'd be
guys are all
happy to do
great.
that
I
as
say this
well.
all the time. My chat's fantastic.
You
You
think
guys are
you could do
great.
5
Love all of you.
miles
You
like
guys are
Casey
great.
and Chris do?
Honestly,
5 miles?
Yes.
you guys ever were wondering
that's a
whether or not
brisk
you're a good
jog.
chat, you guys are great.
Yes, I could do 5 miles with Kate.
You guys are all wonderful.
Really?
If you guys weren't wonderful,
Someone
I'd
who
probably
looks
complain
like
about you guys, but I don't.
Can
So
run
don't
5
worry about it.
miles. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
Chris cannot run 5 miles. Now Chris is trying to prove that he is athletic.
You look like you couldn't even do 5 seconds running. In fact, I was watching those push-ups. You got winded after that was like 30 seconds of push-ups. And
Watching
you were sweating
Sonichu's
like a
Edge, where
pig.
Chris is sprinting down Quickville, you can see very clearly that
Well,
Chris cannot run for more than 2 seconds.
I don't. Was that much?
Warriors.
Fuck, that's
Warriors.
nothing.
You put that
I'm a
asshole away.
Marine.
I know where that's
You know,
been.
after a few push-ups like that, that's nothing.
Chat moves too much, to be honest. I
Okay,
prefer the
but so
Fallout
how
ones
much
and the
and,
Smite.
how often do you?
I don't mind how
jog?
fast the chat's moving.
I mean, I sweat. Maybe
it's just
maybe
it's
after,
easier when
I
this
don't
is the
know,
father
10
call, so I don't have
miles
to
on a
look at
hot
anything on the
day.
screen, so I can read the chat and keep up with you guys. It's a little difficult to keep
I
up
have
with the
been
chat
jogging
when I have to watch
for
Chris
about
or play a game and
15
it's
minutes
moving this quickly.
on
I don't
a
mind it though.
daily basis.
I like that you guys are
15
talking, so
minutes.
that's nice.
So you go what, a quarter of a mile, and you call it quits? That's pussy shit, and that's just jogging. I mean,
Yeah,
Casey
Chris
could
doesn't
run.
understand the concept of jogging. Chris only understands
Casey
walking
runs
and then a
for,
full-out
at least
sprint.
an
He doesn't
hour.
seem to understand the concept of just
Well,
like
that's
lightly jogging, to conserve your energy.
I mean, and 5 miles is like a 2-hour jog,
Yeah,
Keep
well,
up with me, Daddy.
I have a whole bunch of potential. I
Chase
can
me, Daddy.
run 5 miles.
Chase me
with
through the
Kate.
park, Daddy. Please.
I would love to see that.
Guys, I don't know if you saw, I posted a picture on my Facebook.
I mean, why don't you?
I went to
You
Walmart
can't-
and I
mean,
saw
right,
this
you say
deep
you
fryer
could.
and it's called the
You're
Fry
saying you got
Daddy Elite.
potential. That doesn't sell
And I was there with my
me.
friends
You
and I
can't sell
just
me with potential.
pointed at it and they're
Why
like,
don't you
wow, that's a silly name for a
run
fryer.
5
And I just looked at
miles?
him and I said,
Maybe-
fry me, daddy.
Maybe I'll think.
Fry me, daddy. Fry me good.
Maybe I'll think otherwise.
I like it when I'm toasted brown, daddy.
It'll
And
be
I
hard
kept
to-
doing that as we were walking around the Walmart and they
afford
fucking hated
5 mile
it.
running.
They were like, stop.
But
This is
I can
disgusting.
run
Stop
5
it.
miles.
And I was like, stop kink shaming me.
Man.
Oh my god, it was great. Who named
I
something the
can.
Fry Daddy Elite? For fuck's sake.
And I will the
But
first
why was
chance I
Make me
get.
some
Why
French
can't you
fries,
do it on
Daddy.
your own?
Fry me some
I
lunch,
mean, you have a
daddy.
camera, don't you? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to just hold a camera and run, would it?
Oh my god.
I mean, that's easily.
Did I see your Titanic
doable.
pun? Probably. I read all the
Yeah, well,
comments on my
Why
Facebook,
can't you
so
figure out how
yeah.
to do that? You said you're good with computers. I don't know shit about computers, and I can do that. I barely even know what a Windows is.
What a Windows is.
You really know what Windows is?
Chris thinks he doesn't know what Windows on like a house is. Chris doesn't know the operating system.
Don't patronize me.
No, I'm just trying to understand what you just said. You say you don't understand Windows?
No, what I'm trying to say is I don't know shit about computers, and I could figure out how to do that. I could figure out how to hold a camera and fucking run.
Can this
for 5
computer do
miles.
Windows good?
I mean, that's.
Dude, when
how
Pokemon Go
could you
came
not
out,
figure out to do that?
tons of old people would just like walk into Verizon
Yeah, well, about this.
and they would just like
You
ask the
think the
employees,
batteries
can
would
this
be able to
phone do
last 5
Pokemon
miles?
Go? It's fucking hilarious.
Running?
My
Shit.
local Verizon, they had to put signs up on like everywhere that just said all of these phones can play Pokemon Go. Because old people
I mean,
are
you're
crazy.
running. You're not
Yeah, well,
jogging.
yeah,
It's
well-
not going to take 2 hours.
Yeah, well,
Besides,
I can't-
think of it as like a.
The only
think of it as
Mac
like a
Chris
time
knows is
limit of some
McDonald's.
sort, I mean, you got to
Macad's.
run fast enough so that you can get all of it in before the batteries run out. I mean, that would take like half an
Fry
hour.
my
at
nuggies in
most.
your fry,
Batteries last that
Daddy.
long.
You fry my nuggies
alright,
all
you want
day.
half hour running? I'll be
You
happy to do a half
Beer
hour
battered these
of running
nuggies, you know what
with
I'm
my
saying?
digital camera.
Oh my god.
Fine, show me.
Alright, I will.
Until then, you are not good enough for Casey.
Really, at this
You
point, they're
are
just arguing
a maggot.
about how much of a maggot Chris is. That's about it.
Well, you may call me a maggot. I'm a pretty dang strong one.
I'm gonna go talk to Casey. You know,
So,
I
hear that one more time, please. It's one more time.
Well, you may call me a maggot. I'm a pretty dang strong one.
I'm gonna go talk to
good?
Casey. You
That's
know,
good.
I gotta tell her.
If you had to pick
I gotta
between
tell her,
Nuggies and JoJo, I'd pick JoJo
You
every
do not
time.
deserve Casey. I mean, Casey
Sponge
lifts
up these
more than you.
nuggies with my cummies, daddy.
How does that feel? You know, the strong man
my
outdone by a woman.
Well, I may not feel pleasant. If that was the case, then I did not say I did not try.
I really wish I knew Japanese. Say weird Japanese shit all the time.
But
And while you're at it, you know, you don't trust. You don't.
Dude, have there ever
try.
been
If you would
Dragon
try,
Ball
you
Z
would've
shaped
gotten out of your
Nuggies? I'm gonna
house, you
Google that
would've
right
gotten
now.
a
I'm gonna
job.
Google if there were Dragon Ball Z
would've-
Nuggies.
You know, you would be like Chris.
There definitely had to have been Dragon Ball Z chicken nuggets at one point in time.
yeah, well.
Oh, they were just sitting in silence. I keep thinking that the video is just like frozen. It's
than-
not. It's just them stopping.
I don't
Alright, I'm
think
googling
so.
chicken nuggets right
Yeah,
now.
but
If there
why
were
don't
ever
you
Dragon
don't
Ball
have a
Z
job?
nuggets.
You're
If there's
not
ever
stronger
something
than
that's gonna be
Chris.
shaped, oh
You're
my god, dude, there
smarter
were.
than Chris.
Oh my god, they're
I am
shaped like
stronger and I
the
am smarter
Dragon
than
Balls.
Chris.
Dude, that's really clever.
You're not
actually.
living on your
Wait, are these
own.
nuggies? What are these?
How can you
Those
even
don't look like
say that?
nuggies.
And he's younger than you.
Those don't look like nuggies. What are these? I don't know. They're like
I say that
like.
because it's true.
I think these are nuggies.
I
These are
don't think
nuggies, and they're shaped like Dragon Balls. I'm sorry, I can't see
know,
the
I
chat
was
because I'm
so-
like in a Google window.
I was
but
so happy
No, but
when
Shit, dude.
when Casey said
they
you know
make
she was
nuggies
going
shaped
to
like
marry
Dragon Balls. They're gonna get me some of
Chris.
them.
But then I don't know, he vanished or something. I don't know what happened.
There shouldn't
yeah,
be
that would be
Sonichu
the
shaped
point where
anything.
made this video
Dude, are
on
there
YouTube,
Sonic
where he
nuggies?
pretended he was being kidnapped,
Sonic
and then that's where he get away
Hedgehog
for a few months.
chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and that
There has to have
devastated
been
her.
Sonic
You don't
chicken
know how
nuggets
much
at
she
one
missed
point.
him.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I would
do,
much rather
because I
believe
do,
him.
because she has shared that with me.
Nope, there's no Sonic chicken
She has
nuggies
shared
that I
with me
can
and I
see.
have comforted her. I have
I don't
emotionally
Oh, they missed an
supported
opportunity.
her.
They could have,
She
you know, they
wasn't
could have
nearly-
made so many different
I don't
types of
think she was nearly as
nuggies.
happy as when the police finally called
Like
her about
Burger
that. I mean,
King.
I think you're just trying to get. I think you're just trying to get my little Casey for a booty call.
Booty call.
Believe me,
Oh
sir,
my god.
it would not just be for a booty call. It would be for a strong relationship with all the loyalty and trust. And
There's
honesty
Sonic ice cream?
that a
That's a little
woman
easier though, because you
never
don't have to
wanted.
like do anything but put Sonic's face
But
on
she
it, you
can't
know?
even move out. She needs a man who can support
She
himself.
needs a man.
And keep a job. I mean, you got fired from Wendy's. I mean, most people quit. It sucks. You got fired. You weren't good enough for Wendy's.
You weren't good enough for
What are you gonna
Wendy's.
do? What are you gonna do? What do you do if she gets pregnant and she can't?
That's true, there were fruit snacks for fucking everything. It's true.
If she gets pregnant and can't work,
In the 80s, they'd if anything had
I
a
would
face,
be
they'd make a
working.
cartoon or a video game about it. In the 90s, they'd
would be
make fruit
working
snacks for fucking everything.
very hard and heavily.
Oh,
What kind of job?
Wait, what did Chris say there about hard and heavily?
Very hard. I would be working.
Okay, working.
I would be working.
I thought he was
very
like saying something
hard
about Casey
heavily.
there. Okay, thank God.
What kind of job?
Spider-Man fruit snacks? Yeah,
If I
Spider-Man
had
fruit
to, I
snacks.
would
Okay.
be
I like
doing
Gushers a
all
lot.
these heavyweights.
I know Gushers are real hit or miss.
Just
People either love them or they,
boxes around
you know,
the stock
they just don't
shelves
really like
at
them
a
too
grocery
much.
store.
I
And
do love me
at
some
the
fruit
least,
Gushers
if
though.
not
That makes
better.
minimum wage. at
Sour
best.
fruit
That's not
Gushers
a
though
real
suck
job.
shit, and that's really tough for me to say because I
You know how much minimum
love
wage
sour
is?
stuff. Sour is like my favorite.
The
Like
current
lemons,
rate
my
is about
favorite shit.
$8 an hour.
But like fruit
That's not
Gushers
good enough.
sour is
Get a
just...
good job. I mean, you can't live off that.
Think about fruit Gushers that you open up the pack and it's just
Especially
like the
after
gush is already
taxes.
fucking gushed in the pack, you know? Like you're not gonna get that gush in your mouth because you fucking open the fruit Gushers and they're
Yeah,
already
well, I
exploded.
mean, if you wanna
Which
do- if you
sucks.
wanna do
Like
live
getting
work
fruit
in a
Gushers that
warehouse
aren't
or
exploded
something.
is a privilege that you will never really experience any more than once or twice in your life.
Last I checked, minimum wage was
Just to put
$7.25.
fruit Gushers in my ass. Oh my god.
You must have checked, no offense, but you must have checked like 5 years ago.
And how would you know? You don't have a job.
because it was over 5 years ago. I was working for that minimum wage, and that was $7.50.
Now Chris is talking like he understands the economy, which is great.
That wasn't minimum wage.
Yes, it was, and that was back at Wendy's.
Right? Haven't we come
you
far?
know you can get paid more at jobs
Haven't we
than
come
minimum
far?
wage.
Chris wants to get donated to instead of... He wants people to donate
I just looked it up right now.
$115,000
It's
to pay his mortgage
$7.25.
instead of getting a job at Wendy's. Because he's not good enough for Wendy's.
Maybe that's an
Fucking
average
hell.
minimum wage.
Didn't Chris do college? Yeah, Chris did college for many years and has a CAD
Casey,
certificate,
come
but
on,
doesn't know
Casey,
what
come
jobs
over
he
here.
can get
Listen to
with
this
that.
horse shit. Listen to this horse shit.
What's wrong now, Daddy?
Wants to pay my mortgage.
What's this he's talking about? Minimum wage is $7.25, right?
Yeah, it went up in July.
Fruit, you know,
because I remember it was around my birthday.
do you like fruit by the foot or fruit roll-ups better?
Why does it?
Because with fruit by the foot, you're just gonna like take it off the paper and then roll it up into a ball and eat it. But you're gonna do the same thing with fruit roll-ups
Yeah.
though.
guy-
You're just
why does
gonna
this guy
roll them
keep
up into a
lying to
ball
me?
and eat them
I
all
don't
in
know
one bite
anything
and
he
just
says.
like throw out the plastic.
Corrected.
Fruit by the foot and fruit roll-up are just like the same shit. The only difference is that like fruit by the foot. I don't know. Do you think it was easier
Don't
to?
argue.
Do you think it's easier
Is
to
he being
put the
disrespectful to
tattoo
Daddy?
that they put on fruit roll-up and fruit by the
Always
foot? Do you
been-
think it's better
He's been
with fruit by the
disrespectful this
foot
whole
or
time.
fruit roll-up to put the tattoo on your tongue?
I have not
When
been
Casey
I could never
says
get
it,
it to
and
work
when
ever. I
Casey
got it to
says
work
you
on
believe it
fruit
now.
roll-ups every now and again, but
I just don't
dude,
understand.
bubble tape. Mm,
I don't
bubble
understand
tape
either.
it every other day. This
I
shit was
can't
good.
say I'm in full understanding either.
That doesn't even make sense. Like,
mean,
I
what?
shouldn't have to pick up the other line and have to hear this. I mean, what
I'm
are you
not-
doing? Are you trying to sabotage this?
No. Throughout this whole conversation, I have been telling the honest truth from memory. As far
From
as I
memory.
know.
Okay, but this doesn't make sense. Like, Chris charmed my dad within 5 minutes. Why are you still fighting with him?
It's been an hour and
Why are
20
you
minutes,
lying to my
and
father?
Chris can't.
I have not been lying
Charm
to your
him.
father. I have been telling him the truth throughout my best and
Dads
honest
aren't that
knowledge.
hard to impress. Just find
my
something
heart
they
and from
like
my
and
head.
talk about it. If the dad likes
Well, you should
football,
think you're
maybe
dumb
talk
or
about
something.
football, even if you don't know about it.
I-
Just, it's not that hard
No.
to win over someone's parents, even if you're not that impressive. Like,
Well, then
just
what's
be
going
charming,
on?
be
Why is my
nice,
dad
show
looking
that you're
so
not a
upset?
piece
I
of
haven't seen
shit,
him
and
so
it's
upset
and
in a long time.
it'll be all good, you know. Jesus, when you're Chris and you don't really have anything, you don't have a foot to put forward.
I can't read his. I cannot read his mind.
Oy.
So
Well, no one expects you to, but you could be respectful to him.
yeah, I was doing my best to be respectful. But then-
Should I go to the vending machine and buy some fruit snacks? I wouldn't waste your money on vending machine fruit snacks
Well, I
because
mean,
that's
my
just
dad's not
that's
gonna lie
like
to me, and obviously whenever
90
I get
more
on the
cents than
phone,
you should be
you're
paying.
calm and everything. So is something going on when I'm not on the phone? Like, are you being two-faced?
No, I am not being two-faced. I have been one.
Do I have your permission to animate one of your Sonichu episodes? Yeah, dude. People have animated stuff like audio from my show before.
I swear, hand to God.
Feel free to do it. If you want to
You
make
shouldn't do that. We
animations
don't
for
swear
my
to
show,
God.
go ahead.
And my dad wouldn't lie to me.
If you do it, like send me a link to it, and I'll totally watch it. I'll probably I have a favorites list on the channel of like fan created stuff.
Okay,
So
guys, I'm gonna go talk
if you guys ever
nice.
make stuff that's about my show, go ahead and send it to me, and I'll totally watch it and give it a look.
Contradicting me with those words like
People usually put
and,
links back to my channel, which I appreciate.
putting
That's
me-
always
and putting
nice.
me down.
But I've never required it, I guess. As long as you're not like,
I did this audio. It was me, but
among
you
other
guys
things.
never do that, so who cares?
And then that just
Yeah, dude, go for it.
grinded my gears.
Totally do an animation. I'd love to see it.
You know, Casey.
The Lego candy that you can actually stack, that stuff tasted like chalky asshole, though.
She's not listening right now.
It's really
she didn't
fun.
Hear anything you
Like,
just
I
said.
get the idea is cool, like stacking your candy, because that's like cool for a kid. But like that stuff tasted like chalky asshole.
Stop sighing so much.
Well, I'm speechless at the moment.
And didn't you just hear hear her say she was getting off?
Hear her say
It's
getting off?
chalky, gross. No.
Do you pay attention to anything ever?
I
To the
do pay
words that I am
attention.
saying?
I
do
love
not hear her getting
Smarties.
off.
Smarties are delicious. Smarties are so fucking good.
This is.
But those Lego candies, they never were good. I know they changed how they taste later, but I never gave them a second
How can you be
try.
a good boyfriend? You don't listen to anything.
Turn up the
I
volume.
do listen.
Turn up the volume a little bit.
And
Smidge.
obviously, and she must have said in a quiet tone because I did not hear it.
But this is.
Yeah, Chris likes his mom a little
She
bit
was
too
pretty
much.
upset. She wasn't that quiet.
Well, I'm sorry she's upset.
You know,
And now, what I'm saying right now is
what's
that before you
great
can say
is that Chris is
you
just
are better
sitting on the phone
than
talking
Chris,
to the
you need
dad.
to get a job. You need to move
It's
out from your
hilarious
parents,
because
you
the
need
dad just
to
said
be
Casey's upstairs
independent. You need to
crying,
show me
and Chris's reaction
that
is
you're a
to
man,
stay
and
on the
you-
phone with the dad instead of
you
hanging
also
up
have to
and
have the
saying,
ability
we're going to have to
not
do this
lie
call
to
later
me.
because I'm going
So
to
I'm
call
getting all
Casey to
tongue-tied because
figure
this
out
is-
why she's
I'm
crying.
just-
You know, the
You don't
reaction
know
would
how just
should be
frustrating this is.
to hang up the
I
phone
haven't done
and call
that
Casey, not stay on the phone with the dad and have more of a chit chat while he calls you a piece of shit, because you are.
I mean, and you were
He just
lucky
didn't-
her mother isn't here.
Why do cats love
I
keyboards so
promise you,
much? Because
I
cats are
am not
annoying.
lying.
How is this frustrating to you? I mean, you sound like you just have the easiest life in the world.
Because you're frustrated, and that
Exactly.
your frustration is reflecting onto me, and it's making me feel frustrated. It's making
Chris
me
has
feel
no idea what's going on, and he has no instincts
You sit
either.
around. You mean what are you gonna do after this? You gonna go home? You
Bye,
gonna go play
Kappa.
video games again or something?
He shouldn't. That's
Man,
not what
Nobody
he
can
should
get you to
do.
do anything. You play your.
You shouldn't just leave him
Pokemans,
play
watch
Pokemon. He
TV.
should call Casey. That's what he should have done like 10 minutes ago.
Sleep, eat McDonald's.
I'm a
That's
doggo
your
guy. I
life.
like doggos more than cats.
That is not
Isn't
my
it?
life. It's a lot more than that. I do a lot more than
Oh yeah, you do. I forgot. You do chores too.
See, this is why I was talking.
Chris was never in an actual
You talk to
relationship,
the-
but
You talk.
He's watched plenty
you
of
get angry at people
cartoons
on
and
the
movies
internet
and
who you've
games.
never seen before.
he should have at least
Yeah.
some sort of idea of what maybe he should do, but he doesn't.
You're just saying
I don't think that's a
you
legitimate
just
excuse
said
to give him.
aside from the good to me, honest from aside from the good things. Yeah, everything I said, I have been very honest about, and you're just taking the bad pieces that can. You're just taking
Snakes,
some of that
puppers,
honesty and
cats.
you're just
You
reflecting it
are
onto me,
wrong. Puppers
and
are better.
You're just making it sound bad. Like it's
I
a
do
bad
like
thing,
reptiles.
and that makes
Reptiles
me
are
feel
nice.
bad.
It is a bad
Puppers
thing.
are the
I mean, what
best.
good qualities do you have that aren't lies?
Shiba Inus are just
You
built for
started
like
this whole
taking
relationship
pictures
on
of
a
them and putting it
lie.
on the
My
internet.
daughter doesn't deserve that.
Like pictures of
And now you're
winking
blaming
Shiba
me.
Inu, I'm pretty sure is just
for all
with
for
like
all
half
that's
the
going
internet
on.
But, okay,
is-
well, did not
You
want to
just
say
met
that.
me.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm talking
the girl I love is
over
crying, and I'm on the
Oh,
phone
that
with her
is-
dad while he
okay,
calls me a
okay,
piece
it
of
just
shit.
sounds like you
I
don't
should
wanna
go
admit
play video games.
any
That's
of your
exactly right.
faults.
That's
You
exactly
just-
what he's thinking. Daddy, I have to nut.
I am happy to admit my
I don't know,
fault.
dude. It's up to you. Don't ask me.
Okay.
Okay, well, for
What do you
one,
think of dash hounds, dude?
sometimes
If your question is, what do I think
I
of
don't
dogs?
Make things true, and I make, and that's
Like, it
it.
doesn't matter what breed.
That's always
I'll pretty
been
much
the
say
first
that I
and
love all of
bad
them.
decision.
I've taken care of a lot of
So, yeah,
dogs. I
have
love
been
most
improving on
breeds.
that and thinking things through fully. Making
Everything.
Sure that
I don't
does
like
that.
how
Everyone,
like
you know,
defensive and angry people get
makes a
about dogs
mistake
all the
every
time. They're
now
like,
and
this
This breed
Okay.
is
Yeah,
bad because like
Okay,
people
let's
have been
start with
inbreeding it
something
and
easy.
it's a
Let's
bad
tell
breed
me,
because it makes the dog like hurt and
tell
whatever.
me
And
that-
I'm like, yeah, I
how
mean I
about
get
you
it. Like
admit,
you shouldn't make
how
pugs
about you
anymore
admit
because that's
you're-
bad. Because
Well,
like
okay, I'll just say it.
most of them
Fat
live a painful life if
and
you don't take care of them
lazy.
properly. But like, that's not an excuse for you
Okay, well, I
to
admit, I do have a
treat
good
the
dog,
dog poorly.
but I
That's
am
the thing
not
I saw
lazy.
all the
I
time
get out and about,
when I worked
exercise,
taking
I
care of
jog
dogs.
and work out, and I
People
eat healthy.
would Like, let's say a woman walks in. Let's say two women
Doesn't
walk
show
in,
at all.
right, into the dog place.
How often do you
One's
watch
walking in with a
TV?
pug, and the other one's walking in with a golden retriever. The one walking in with the golden retriever
I mean,
will
and
yell
you
at the
send your
woman
dog
with the
for
pug
15
and
minutes.
say, "Oh, you're a
That's
bad
not gonna
person
burn-
because
that's not gonna
you
burn
got a pug.
calories."
Fuck you. You're bad. This
Well,
dog
what's
shouldn't
the
even
next 30
exist.
minutes?
This dog shouldn't be like just
30 minutes.
It doesn't matter. The
And
the
compared
pug
to how mu- and how
exists
does this
already. The
compare to how much
pupper's here.
TV you watch?
Just be nice to it. Its eye might pop out of its head like at any moment. Just be nice to the pup,
For your
please.
information, I'm
French
only
bulldogs
allowed
are adorable.
4 hours of television.
Just don't be a piece of
4
shit. Like, I
hours of
get it.
television.
People are just
Okay.
really
A
and they're
day.
like that with like tons of dogs. They're like, oh, Chihuahuas are too small and skittish.
I don't
Don't get them.
that's
Just
true.
gotta go
That just doesn't
retrieve
sound. I mean, you
Bark,
kind of paused
bark.
right
Like
there.
people are so dumb about it. Like there were so
Sound
many
you
people like
actually had
that.
to think about it for a
Honestly,
second.
people need to like calm
I don't
down.
think that's true.
I get it. Like we probably
Well,
should
when I
be
had to
breeding
try it out,
dogs
I did
differently
have
to like
think about it.
make them healthier.
But, yeah,
Certain dog
it is
breeds
true.
are
I watched
not
4
very
hours of
healthy.
television in
I get
one
it.
day.
But like, don't be mean to
4
the dog
hours,
if it's
that's
there.
still quite a bit. I mean, hasn't Casey
Jesus.
told you anything about this? You know how important it is to take care of yourself.
This is where we're talking about Chris's health.
We have talked about that.
Where I believe Casey told Chris not to eat fast food,
And I have been
and
thinking
Chris said
about
he'd maybe
this
cut it
step
down to like you
and
said like 2
providing
weeks or
with no
something,
words in
or
my
two
mind
times a week. He'd do it,
and heeding her
and of
advice.
course Chris just ate fast food every day of the week because that's all he does.
She's still pretty worried about you. She says, you know, she thinks something's gonna happen to you.
Bearded dragons
You
are
know, she
fantastic
thinks-
pets. They
Thinks it's
really
not
are.
looking good. I mean, and didn't she? And she
I
told
love
me you're
pugs.
on
They're-
Lipitor.
My first real dog that I had a dog when
Yeah,
I was
know
little named
about that
Hershey.
stuff.
But,
Yeah,
when I was big
that's
enough to like
something-
take care
that's
of my own
something
dog, it
people
was a
my
pug.
age take. I don't take it
And that was the best
myself,
dog
but I know
ever.
people who do.
Puggy was the best pug. Pugs are just fantastic animals. They just like love
My doctor
everything.
got me off
They're just
took me
happy
off the
all the
Lipitor.
time. They always want human attention. If you are ever feeling sad, a pug will just make you feel so happy. But
Really.
you know, deformations aside,
Yes.
you know, they're cute.
I still
They're
don't
good
think you still
If
don't
a
sound
dog
like you're
has,
terribly
like,
healthy. I mean, okay,
Things
I'm
wrong
like,
with
okay,
it. That's not an
okay,
excuse for
watching
you to be
TV
a piece of
aside,
shit to
you,
it.
You play
know?
video games. How long do you do that?
It's a
day,
shame
huh?
that it has those
I mean,
things,
you're-
but
I mean,
be nice to
look,
it.
how much you sit around, your
Deserves love.
metabolism
It's a dog.
must not
It
be so
hasn't done
hot.
anything bad. It's a pup. Be nice to the
How
pupper.
long do I sit around? I would not say that I sit around that much.
And
I
play
would say
video. How much do you play video games?
About 2 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours a day.
Yes.
Okay, so that's at least 6 hours you spend sitting around doing absolutely nothing in your room.
Yep.
That's a quarter of a day. I mean, you don't know how much. I mean, in 6 hours, you know, you could have worked a part-time job.
Yeah, well, what the time I do not spend it for the television, the time I
Chris
spend
has no
exercising,
response
that's
to
about
any
half
of
the day.
this. How he should
do
eat
not spend
healthier,
half a
how
day
he should do
exercising.
exercise.
If you spent half a day exercising,
His
you would have at
response is
least
to
lost that
bullshit.
little Buddha belly and those man tits of yours.
And his response, like all he can do is just say, "No, I exercise. No, I do this," but it's just
And you
him
just told me
lying, and he's not a
15
good enough
minutes,
bullshit
so
for
you're
this to work. Let
lying
me tell you.
again.
Like, I'm not very muscly,
Yeah,
and I'm
well,
not very big, but
yeah,
even
well,
I could
15
bullshit this
minutes
better. Watch, I'll
talking.
bullshit it to you right now.
I'll
Oh yeah, I
probably
totally do
I'll
exercise.
just
I do more
say
exercise on my
talking.
legs.
Wait, so you don't
Than I
even
do on
run
my
15
arms,
minutes
and also my arms are
altogether?
kind of skinny,
Like,
and I'm
at
kind of
one
skinny in
time?
general because I have high metabolism, and I've always had
Like, I do
diabetes,
15 minutes,
which reduces my
1
weight. So
hour,
it's really hard for
15
me to put on weight if I
hour,
wanted to put
about
on muscle.
15 minutes of jogging.
Like,
That doesn't-
that's not
that
entirely
doesn't
true,
help
but
you
like
at
that's
all. I
so
mean,
easy to
all that-
bullshit. You can easily bullshit
I mean,
this.
and
But no,
45
Chris
but
has
that-
put
that
himself in
means
a
there's
position where he
45
can't
minutes of
even
you doing
bullshit to
nothing
save
every
himself,
hour. I
which
mean,
is
by then your
then
heart
you know
rate
you're
has
just
gone
completely
down,
fucked.
and the
When
job-
even like
the
a great
exercise is gonna do
bullshitter
nothing
can't
for
save you. You're fucked.
My heart rate has been good.
No, it hasn't. I do have diabetes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've always had
exactly.
diabetes.
Do you even
So I was like
do you even know what you're
5 or
talking
6.
about?
Yes, I
And do you even know how to
understand what
check
I am
your
talking.
Do you even know how to check your heart rate?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how?
I put my fingers on my pulse and then count the number of beats through 10 seconds, and then I multiply by 6.
Where
And
do you
that's-
check-
that's
Where do you check for your pulse?
put 2 fingers on my
I'm a
wrist
type 1 diabetic.
or
Your
on my neck.
wrist.
Oh my god. Chris, he's just talking about his heartbeat.
Or put it on my chest.
Okay.
Put it on my chest where my heart is.
Okay, so what's a good heart rate for you?
Alright, Chris, give us your heart rate. I'm waiting for Chris to give us his heart rate.
About 72 beats per minute.
I'm gonna take that as a
72
compliment, Fruit
beats per
Song, because he
minute.
said 2 is from lifestyle.
To about 100 beats.
You're
per
implying I have a good lifestyle, which would be incorrect, but you know.
Okay, so what's your heart rate right now?
Alright, what's Chris's heart rate?
minute. Right.
Alright, here it comes.
All right.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah. That's approximately 84 right now.
84.
From just sitting around?
Whoa. Hold on. I've been listening. Chris, that's a serious medical condition. What are you talking about?
That's not good. 84 from just sitting
Normally-
down is bad.
Your heart doesn't beat that fast unless you've done exercise.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so what was it? Count it for 10 seconds and then multiply by 10.
That's like arrhythmia.
Alright.
or
Was it multiplied by
tachycardia.
6? It was multiplied by 6,
What
right?
are you doing?
For like 60 seconds? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I'll do it. Alright, I can never get it, like, I can never get it on my wrist, right? Like, I can never hold it on my wrist. Let me see if I put it on my heart, if I can feel it. There's gotta be something in here working. Alright. Alright, I need a timer, though. Like, I can't count my heart in this at the same time and watch the chat. Alright, stopwatch. Alright, 10 seconds. Alright. Okay, come on. I got this shit. Alright. Alright, let's... No, stop the stopwatch, please. Alright. 54. 54. Is that bad? I don't think I was counting fast enough. To be honest, like, I couldn't really feel my heart beating. Which is probably because I've got, like, thick-ass clothes on. But 54 seems really bad. That's normal? Okay. Alright. What's the worst stand of the JoJo family? Like the one that just the JoJos have?
Stress doesn't do that.
Well,
That's like a serious medical condition. And I heard
bit
you talk
low.
to my
It
dad.
should
You don't
be
listen
60 to
anything I
80.
say when I worry
It would probably
about
make
you.
sense why
You
it's so
still go
low.
to
My
McDonald's.
sugar
I
was a
told
little
you the
high,
salads aren't
so I
healthy.
assume my sugar being high
I
would
bet you
probably
haven't even
make
lost
that
1
be
pound.
low. Seems to make sense. Because I'm pretty sure if my sugar is higher, it
I mean,
makes
don't
my
you care that
blood
I think you're
slower
gonna die?
or some shit. That makes sense.
You're probably gonna lose motion in your body.
I think I wasn't counting
if you don't
fast enough,
exercise
but
enough.
it's not 84, which is a good thing.
This is important to me.
But which is the worst stand of the JoJos? It's probably Hermit
What are
Purple,
you
but
gonna
that's
do
because
if you're gonna
everybody
die before
Hermit
30?
Purple was built to be shitty on purpose. Like Araki didn't want Joseph to be too good, like he was, because he was the star of season 2, so there was no point for him to be like super good for season 4, right, or season 3.
I mean, if
So-
anything, that means you have way too much caffeine. in
Everybody
your
says that
system. If
Hermit
you
Purple's
have
shitty.
something
I like Hermit Purple a
that
lot.
high,
Hermit
I mean,
the
that's either
Purple.
taking
Like I
from,
like it a lot. It's good.
Smoking, from too much fat, from too much
But-
caffeine.
Like if he had the spotlight, right, and the show was just about Hermit the Purple, like then it would have been super interesting because they would have done like
It's like you don't even care.
crazy shit.
Dad was
I
right.
think
You
that-
are being disrespectful.
Dude, the best stand is Mr. President. Mr.
Yeah,
President is
they
the best stand
care.
by far.
Even though it may not, not sure, I do care. Believe me.
Yeah, because it's that hard for you to stop going to McDonald's, but you've still been going, right?
I have
McDonald's,
It's not like
like,
I didn't.
it's not eating fast food is not that hard.
None. Fast food is bad. Period. At the end.
I go to McDonald's like once a week.
Oh my god.
Once a week is bad.
That's
Don't eat any.
that's bad. Don't
Alright.
do
Go
that.
there anymore.
Don't
Go
go
McDonald's
for
anymore.
fast food
But are
once
any
a
fast
week.
Food?
Oh my god.
Alright. I will not go to any
Ah.
fast food.
Whatever.
Making
It's not like you haven't lied to me before. You're just probably lying to me now, Dad.
I'm
I
not
can't
lying
deal
to
with
you.
this.
I promise
can't
you.
deal
I
with this.
promise you. I promise you, Casey.
Jesus Christ.
I promise you.
And yes, Becky, I did see your fan art. It is very nice. This
She's
is a
gone
fantastic
again.
picture of Sonichu
Yeah,
wearing a hoodie.
She was pretty.
I like it. I like when you guys like
Let me
put
just
my
say,
logo
you-
on
you
hoodies
just
and like
blew it,
clothes that
man.
you
She
draw
was-
when you do fan art. I don't know.
She
It's
was
just kind of
crying
cool
right
to see.
there. You just fucking blew it, big time.
Fucking blew it.
I just heard the door slam.
Period. Dot. The end. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes and calls Chris.
Hey. And if people have been saying like hello, yes, welcome everybody. It's kind of hard to say hello individually when there's
what
a
do
lot
you
of
have
people
to
coming
say
in
for
and out.
yourself?
So, hello everybody.
All I can say is that's your opinion, and you have every right to your own opinion.
If
It's
you've
not
been
my
posting stuff in
opinion.
the Discord, I
It
haven't
just
seen it.
happened.
I haven't been in the Discord recently.
What the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about facts.
Facts.
Yeah, you're talking about. Yeah,
And-
yes, you are talking about facts, but you have expressed a whole bunch of your own opinions about what you've heard from me. This is
Chris's
the whole
last defense is to
conversation.
say these are your opinions.
And that's all you
and
have to say
that's-
about the fact that you
That's
just
all he has to
upset
say.
my
Whenever Chris
daughter.
is completely beaten, this is how you'll know when Chris is completely
what do you-
beaten by somebody that he knows is better than him, right?
Yeah.
Like if Chris
I
is
don't-
beaten by Clyde Cash
I
or
don't
something,
care about what you
Chris's
have to
reaction
say
will be
about
to
me.
just like scream and yell, right?
This is
But if he
about-
knows
I-
that he's been
you
beaten
should care about
by
Casey,
someone
not
who's
me.
above
You
him
have
and
to
he
do
cannot do
big.
anything,
I care about Casey.
then he just
I
says,
really
these are your
sure
opinions
do.
and they're different than mine.
Oh,
That's
okay,
all he
if
has
you-
to
if you
say.
want my
That's how you
opinion
know.
right now, I think
It's like your opinion,
you should
man.
stay away from my
Oh
daughter
shit, Scoob, I don't think that was
unless
me.
you really,
Oh my God.
really turn around your life. I mean, if you're not even close to Chris right now.
Dude,
You
Five
have to do
Guys is
something
horrible.
Big to get her back.
The Five
you have
Guys
to get
in
a
my
job
area is
at
the
the
worst
very
restaurant in
least.
town.
I don't know.
Besides like
50
Chili's,
pounds,
okay? Besides
move
the
out,
Chili's and the Friendlies,
then
that
I
is
might consider you.
the Friendlies in my area
Maybe.
has a tradition for employees there to spit in people's foods, and not many people know about that
You have to
tradition except
keep
for
her
people who
promises,
work there,
'cause
of
she
course.
says you
So they have a
never
tradition
do.
there. But the Five Guys in
I
my
can keep
town
her promise.
legitimately
I think
gives
she should
everybody
be
who goes
with
there
her
like
real
intense
fiancé
diarrhea
right
and shit.
now.
I'm not kidding. That's just not me being like, oh, I don't like Five Guys very much. No. That restaurant, people know not to eat there because you eat there and you get fucking diarrhea. And you eat at Chili's and you get food poisoning. It's bad. The Chili's, just don't eat
I mean,
at Chili's,
he treats
please.
her like a princess. You treat her like a set of tits and ass.
No, I treat her
That's-
like a princess as well.
Yeah, you treat her like
I
a
treat
princess
her
in a porno or
one
something,
thing.
Chris. Jesus Christ. This is exactly right.
That's
Chris
a
treats
prince.
women like a pair of tits and ass, and not
Doesn't
like
sound like
a
it at
person.
all.
You don't know.
It's not that hard to just like
I do
stop
know,
eating fast food.
because she talks to
It really
me.
isn't. Making food is not that hard. It's not as expensive as you would think
Well,
either, which I would know because I'm a poor ass college student. I don't have very much money to buy materials
Yeah.
for food, but you can make some good food
Can't even
with
stand
like
your
not that much money.
voice.
And if you want to know a secret
So whiny.
for food,
All
adobo,
this
chili powder, and
sighing.
paprika. Those three
Like a
things,
baby.
those three spices you can put on anything and it'll make it taste good. You can make any fucking thing taste good with adobo,
I'll never be
paprika,
as
and
good as
chili
Chris
powder.
at this rate.
Have you ever had Moe's? Yeah, there's a
I
Moe's
am
right
a
near
lot
my
better
house.
than Chris,
It's really good.
believe
It wasn't good when I was in high school because the high schoolers in my
You're
grade
not even a
worked there.
functioning human.
And
You're
they had to
leeching
shut
off
down the
my
restaurant because the
government.
people there were so fucking disgusting.
I
You guys
had
want a
Chris
story?
in
I'll
my
give you a
life,
story.
and he's an upstanding
There was a girl
young man.
at my
How
school
are you
who was
better
so
than
fucking
this?
nasty, right? That one time in my English class, she sat across from me, right? The room was a perfect square, and she sat across from me, and one day she opened her legs You take a big old whiff. You didn't even have to take a whiff. You just take a smell, just like a normal smell. You just
American.
you just take a big old whiff, and you could fucking smell her vagina everywhere in the room. But of course, it was me who could smell it the worst because it was open and just fucking funk shot at me. And my teacher came over to me, Mr. Hoffman, my favorite English teacher. He came right over to me. Mr. Hoffman goes,
about making that,
Tony, what is that?
video,
What is that smell?
that
and I'm like,
9/11 video. I mean, that's.
Mr. Hoffman, that's.
I still can't believe why you made that.
And I pointed at the girl.
It doesn't
he's like,
matter.
Tony, because he knows that I'm like a joker, right? He knows like I joke all the time. Like I joke around with him.
You're not acting like a paper. You're acting more.
All right, we're gonna have to play that part again because I'm telling my story. And I was like, nah, no, it is. He was like, oh, and he just like walked back. He just walked back to his desk and just sat there sad because she was sitting right next to his desk, and it was bad. And I could legit see her vagina too, because her legs were open, but she didn't have any underwear on, and she was wearing a skirt, and it was just like, oh fuck. And she worked at the Moe's. She worked at the Moe's. She's the reason that the Moe's had to be shut down, and she was fired because she didn't take care of the Moe's either. So the Moe's had to shut down because there was fucking fungus and mushrooms and shit like growing in the vents and the little drains in the Moe's. Oh my god, it was so gross. So I never. Was she hot? Kinda. Like she was like that trashy kind of attractive. All the guys wanted to have sex with her because she was trashy, right? Like she put out really easily, and like all the guys, if you wanted to fuck her, you could have, because like she was really trashy. She'd have sex with anybody, and she had like huge breasts, and all the guys loved her. I couldn't stand her because she was so dumb. I couldn't stand her because she was so dumb, and she smelled so bad. And it wasn't like her. It wasn't like she smelled bad. Like all of her. It was her. It was just her vagina. She had that stanky Vagu, you know. It was like they. It was so gross. Oh my god. No, but like, I get it. Like, everybody else thought she was hot. So, like, I'm gonna answer yes. I guess she was, because everybody thought she was hot. But, like, fuck, she had a stanky ass Vagu. It smelled. Legitimately, you guys want to know what it smelled like? It smelled like. I can't. Honestly, like, it's not a smell that everybody would know. But okay, guys. So if a dog's butt, if a dog is like rubbing their butt on the ground, right? It's probably because their butt is like inflamed, and a doctor can fix that by sticking their finger into a dog's butt, and then like hitting some nerve or something that'll then like release the pressure for the dog, right? And sometimes if it's really inflamed, pus will like ooze out of the dog's butthole. Now that pus that oozed out of the dog's like stink sack, inflamed asshole, is what she smelled like. And it's not a smell that everybody can relate to, but like I know what that smell is because like I worked with dogs, and like that smell is very distinct, and that is what her vagina smelled like. Oh my god. Oh fuck. All right, we gotta listen to Chris say he's an American.
Yo, that 9/11 video. I mean, that's. I still can't believe why you made that. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't do that. I mean, you're acting more. I mean, you're not acting like a paper. You're acting more like a terrorist.
Is it a smell that's better or worse than dog vomit? It's unique.
Yeah, I'm sorry I gave off that impression.
It's probably a little worse.
But at least
it's not as pungent though as vomit.
And I did my best to undo the mistake by deleting that video and making the apology.
How many dog butthole procedures have you seen? Like at least 6.
You know, Chris and Casey are Americans too.
Hey.
I mean,
hey, Lee.
And sorry doesn't undo the fact that you made that video.
What?
What's up?
I'm good. And you?
I'm pretty good. I'm doing my live stream. Everybody says hello.
And takes a
Where did
man
your
to
girlfriend go?
admit
She
when
went
he is
home.
wrong.
At home.
To Connecticut.
Oh.
And you still made it.
Yeah, we haven't
You,
met each other.
I mean, you're not a man.
if we are
You
friends,
stop
your
trying to
girlfriend
call
is
yourself a
my
man.
friend, too.
I mean,
You'll meet her
it
next
takes
time
a
she comes to
man- it takes
visit.
a
Nah,
real
guys,
man
that's not
to
how you spell
change,
Lee's name.
You know, and
It's
you
just
haven't.
L-I. But Lee with 2 E's is a good guess, but no, it's
I
L-I.
change my habits. I have been changing my habits, and I have been better from the habits that I have changed.
That's a lie.
Is
You
that
haven't
your
done
roommate who
shit.
says, oh, that's a baseball?
I have done a
No,
lot
Lee's
more
Chinese.
than you,
He's not
than you are
Japanese.
thinking right now.
Only
or
I
that
know
you
how to
could
do
ever
that.
think at this moment.
You said you stopped eating McDonald's, and you didn't. I mean, that's so, you stopped. You said you. That's such a simple little thing, and you still lied about it.
And we're just talking about how Chris lies
you
for
can't
everything.
stop eating fast
which is
food. What makes
fantastic.
you think you can turn around and
Does Lee know
get a
about your
job and
streams?
stop
I think he
leeching off
does.
the government
Lee knows that I make
and stop
videos.
lying to Casey?
Lee's pretty great. He's a pretty great roommate. I've had some shitty roommates. I'd say he's pretty top tier. Put him up there. He's like a good roommate.
Because
Thank you.
You're
I have
welcome.
I have faith in me, and I am strong within myself.
I bet you don't even love Casey.
I do love Casey.
I bet if Casey left you right now, right this very moment, you would, you'd probably cry for maybe just a couple of seconds. Then you'd go out and find another
This
girl
is one of
on
the best
internet.
parts of the video
Wouldn't you?
where he just points out
And you
exactly
don't-
what Chris
and if
does
you do
every
love-
time he breaks
love
up with a
Casey, you
girl.
don't love
He's
Casey
spot on. That's
nearly as much
exactly
as
what
Chris
it's like.
loves Casey.
I do love Casey truly and deeply, and I care about her about that much, probably more.
And so does
Alright,
Chris.
guys, I'll tell
But-
Lee
and
that
he
then.
can prove it. So why don't you?
Everybody
You
in
can't
the
even
chat
stop
says that
eating
they love you, Lee,
McDonald's for
and they
her.
will love you forever because you're the best roommate.
What?
Everybody's.
Thank you. If you are serious, then thank you.
I am. Everybody says that you're great, and they love you, and you're the best.
They don't know me, I think.
They know you enough.
God,
Random strangers can like
he knows,
people.
he knows her favorite color and her favorite flower, and I'm sure you don't.
Her favorite color is turquoise.
Turquoise is her favorite color.
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
That's wrong. Okay, favorite flower.
It's a blue-green shade.
It's not even
cannot
close.
say that I cannot say I remember her favorite flower at the moment.
Okay, see you, Tony.
Really?
See you later, Lee.
Then
I tell them
because
I'm
she did not
really
mention
thank
her
you.
favorite flower yet. But she did tell me her favorite color. And it was a shade.
Lee says that he is very thank you.
So,
You guys made him
turquoise
happy.
is close.
Good job. I'd say that was a successful
Can you
stream.
remember
Good job, guys.
anything?
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Chris
Okay.
he can't name her favorite
I bet
color,
you
her
don't
favorite
even remember
flower.
some of
I
the
mean,
stuff
like,
just said
I
today.
don't give
You
a shit
probably
about
don't even remember
flowers.
who
I don't
in
know
my
many people who
family,
do, but I guess if Casey
died
likes
in
flowers,
9/11.
you
Do
know.
you?
No, Lee's got to go
I
do
just said
sports.
that, what?
Lee's a
You
sporty
said
guy.
that
He's
your
got to do
daughter-
sports.
Your daughter was giving blood in New York.
He comes from a very
right
cold
by
place in
that
China, so
9/11
like he doesn't get to
site.
play like baseball.
Okay,
Oh,
but
there's a
who
baseball. Like he
died
can't play
in- who
baseball,
of my
and
family
he can't play like
died in
basketball. So he's
9/11?
pretty happy. So he can play like sports here in America.
The grandma.
It's cool. I always wonder.
My
YouTube always
grandma?
has this button that says I can just
Her
play an ad,
grandmother.
and like it doesn't even ask me like
Liz?
if I want to play the ad. It's just like I just
did
press the
not
button and it
mention
just like
her
auto
name.
does it. It's not even like what ad do you want to? No, it's just like just
No.
ads.
Okay, her grandmother.
And I don't think it ever
who
works because I
is
clicked it like 3 times. In the
my-
history of me streaming, I've clicked it like 3
Your
times.
mother.
And every time I asked, did you guys see it? Like
How
people
long
never
did that
see
just
it.
take you?
I just click it and like
boy.
nothing fucking happens.
I mean, God, this is just like talking to a preschooler.
Knowing basic shit about the person you want to go out with is not that hard. Press the button. Okay.
What?
A preschooler.
There you go.
God.
Wait, nope. I pressed it that time and like a
This
thing
is-
popped up. But
Man,
like then it didn't.
you-
I
you
pressed it
can't
like
have
4
Casey
times
with-
now. I feel
with
so
this
bad
kind
if
of-
somebody like
This is
has
just
the
ridiculous. I can't believe
ton
I'm
of ads.
talking to
Like I clicked
someone
it and like
who's
a pop up came up and then like it went
naive.
away and then I clicked it again and it didn't go up anymore. Tony, stop! I got ads. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You just crossed the line.
Oh fuck.
You just crossed
I
the
did
line.
not mean to do that.
By saying the word naive.
You probably didn't. You're probably joshing me, aren't you?
That is like the worst insult to
What
me.
line?
Yup.
A line.
Matthew Devoria, the name
The
of the
line.
father here,
You-
called Chris naive. Now, for those of you who don't
me
know,
off right there when you said that.
What are you
Chris
gonna do
thinks
about it?
naive is the worst thing to be called. I'm so
Nothing at the
sorry. I
moment.
didn't mean to give you guys like
Nothing
4
at
ads.
the moment.
Jangers!
Because I can't let you
Red
do that right
Dragons!
there, you know, am I?
Dude, I have ad block
I'm
on too.
talking to you over the phone.
I totally understand.
The only thing I can do right now is let you know that
Red
you
Dragons!
crossed the line.
Oh, that's a baseball!
Wait, wait a minute. Are you trying to threaten me? You trying to
No, I am
threaten
I
me?
hate him. I don't want his ads.
No, I am
I'm
not
so
threatening
sorry. I didn't mean
I am
to.
not threatening you. I am in no position to
Chris
threaten
is very
any
naive,
Marine.
and he thinks
I
naive is one of the
understand
worst
that,
insults to be
and
called
I
because he doesn't
respect
understand the
you as
definition of the
such.
word.
Okay, so what are you saying? Because I could whoop your naive little ass with my pinky if I wanted to.
And
Right? Like, he
Casey
doesn't
could whoop
care
your
when he calls him a
ass.
piece of shit.
I'm surprised she
I keep
hasn't.
getting my
already.
little pony ads when I'm generating your streams on mobile.
well,
Oh my
I will be
god.
able to defend myself.
Would I ever like to meet Chris in real life? Yeah, I would love to meet Chris in real life. I was thinking
So you would
maybe
hit
if there
Casey?
was some way I could interview
No,
Chris, I would
not hit
love
Casey.
to do a Chris Chan documentary
Have you
as my
ever
final
defended
project
yourself?
here, and it would be like an
I
actual
have
film
defended
that I could
myself.
show. I would love to do that.
No, I'm sure.
I
that
would
was something
absolutely
to see.
love
Have
to
you-
go and do
I mean,
Chris. And
I'm
it would
sure
I
can see,
do
you
Chris.
know, what would
and
just
do
happen, and
do
she'd
a
probably
Chris
try to throw
interview
a punch and just
and
bounce
do
her
a
off if you
documentary
moved
on
the
him, you know?
belly, or so you call it.
Like, I would love to do that. It would be totally non-biased. I try to make it as non-biased as
I
possible.
would either step to one
And
side or
honestly, I
block
would
it
love
with
to
an
do
arm.
that.
that little limp-wristed twig of yours.
Someone did an interview. Yeah, I heard.
I mean, you're pretty big. You got some pretty scrawny arms. And you're a pretty big target. I mean, she'd be pretty hard to miss you. I mean, I've
Talking
I've
about how
seen her
Chris couldn't win
punches.
in a fight against Casey. I don't think Chris could win in a fight against most people.
Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to react fast enough.
Yeah, well, you have not seen how fast I can react.
Have some Febreze.
can't even
Honestly, I don't
react
know.
fast
I don't
enough to
know
what
how
I'm
I'd do it.
saying.
I would pay money. I would pay Chris money legitimately
Because I'd like
to do an interview with him. I don't know how much he'd
check
charge me,
to make
but
sure I'm
it'd
not
probably be
making any
something
mistakes.
non-reasonable. But like, I don't believe in
sure that
giving
my
Chris money,
mind
but if
my
it would be
mouth
to do a video that
are
would be
making
preserved,
the
I would
mistake.
give him money
Not
just to do an
faster
interview. I
than my
totally
mind.
would. That's probably the only time I would
What
ever
do you
give Chris
mean?
money.
That is another one of
Notice
my faults
me.
I am willing to admit. Sometimes my mouth goes
Notice
faster
me.
than my brain.
He's giving bootleg Legos.
What else? I bet that's not.
My
the only
roommate
thing
is
that
a very
goes
nice
faster
guy.
than
He's
your
very
brain.
nice.
I mean,
Right? Chris
like
honestly couldn't win
are
in
you
a fight
are
against
you
his
trying to say
mom.
you're some kind of computer or something?
She's held him down and cut his
But
hair
this is
before,
getting-
and
you're
he
getting
couldn't do anything
completely
about
off
it.
the point. I mean, okay, so tell me why exactly you aren't naive. You know, why is this crossing the line so much?
All right, here,
Because
Chris can
it's
talk about it.
insulting my intelligence.
I mean, what line
And I
did
do
I
not
cross
appreciate
exactly?
that. You made me feel anger.
I mean, because you haven't proven your intelligence to me. I mean,
Well, just like a computer, my brain is random, and it picks up memories at random. I cannot simply access them sometimes.
That is not
even
how
though
a brain
even though
works,
most of the
like,
time
at
I
all.
can. But sometimes
That's
I
just like
can't,
not how
and
this
then
show
they're back
works.
to me at random.
Essentially, Chris essentially means what
Okay,
Chris
well,
thinks naive
here's
means is he thinks it means like
you really are, and that's
someone's
because
calling him a dumb
being
piece of
naive
shit, you know?
has absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah,
with
we've been streaming for 2 hours. I
intelligence.
told you this is going to be a very long stream.
Look it up in the dictionary.
It's
I
an
have
insult to
looked it up in the
computers to
dictionary.
say that
It has
his brain
nothing
is
to
like
do
a
with
computer.
intelligence. What are you talking about? What dictionary are you looking up?
Webster's.
256 megabytes of RAM brain.
You know, I'm sure. You know, if you think naive as, I'm sure
I once streamed for like 8 hours. I think I streamed for like 8 hours and 45 minutes once. That stream was so long that YouTube couldn't actually
I'll admit I have had
store it.
some
Like, YouTube couldn't remember I
wrong-minded
streamed that.
moments, but I am
I don't know if any of you guys who
certainly
were for that stream
totally
were here. I think I
retarded.
just streamed Overwatch for like 8 hours. It was a long time that I streamed.
I'm looking at my dictionary. Right. You know what naive means? It means unexperienced, not unintelligent.
Even if Chris was cured of his autism, he would still be
naive. I should
just as
calling you
awful
a
as he is now.
dumbass.
I think the root of Chris's problem is that he is inherently just not a very good person.
But
It has nothing to do with his autism. It has nothing to do with social problems. It has everything to do with that he is not a good
Got a lot
problem.
more experience than you could imagine.
The Tracer versus Scout death battle? I don't really care about
I've
Team
had
Fortress,
27
so that's
years
not a
of
thing that's
experience.
very interesting to me.
With
honestly.
what? Eating McDonald's and watching TV?
I don't think those death battle things are like
Son,
very
Chris-
interesting. They don't interest
Chris is
me.
younger than
I don't have
you.
time to
He's
watch
had
videos
far
really.
more
If I'm not doing
experiences than you
schoolwork, I'm
have.
trying to do a stream or a video for you guys, so I don't really have enough time to watch other
And I've
people's
had
content.
52 years of
which is a shame.
experience.
Do I think Chris's parents
Yeah,
are to
well,
blame?
how
Yeah,
about
we've talked about this
being
before
down
in other
by
streams. I think Chris's parents
three
are to
teachers,
blame for a lot of his
guidance
problems.
counselor, and
They could have
elementary
prevented a lot of them.
school
But at the end of the day, I
principal,
think
and
Chris
having your
himself,
screams and cries
I don't think his
recorded
parents are
on
100% to
audio
blame.
tape
I
like a
think Chris
torture chamber.
is a bad person.
What the hell are you
have-
talking about?
I just think
I was pretty
he
much in
is.
that situation back during the.
You like
back in
Skyrim?
the
Of course.
fourth
I almost
grade.
I started a Let's Play of
What did
Skyrim
you
once
do?
and
Have
then
some
stopped
kind of
because it was just like too
They
much
were
to do.
scared of.
temper
Scared of-
tantrum?
No, they were scared of me. They did not understand
Oh.
autism.
So what? 'Cause you
Oh,
just-
now Chris
so
is
you just
talking
had
about
some kind of
bullshit.
retard panic attack and they didn't know what to do.
That's exactly right. Chris had a panic
I
attack,
was not a
and he's
retard.
blaming the school.
No,
He's saying
it
that the
was
school tried
not.
to molest him when
They just
it was
hated
actually him
me
just having a
because
panic
they
attack.
They did not understand.
It's funny
people
because
with
every time Chris
autism.
tells the story about
so
him
they
being
forced
held
me
down by
advice.
and being recorded and whatever, he usually
I
adds
ended up with a
something to it.
rash on my
He'll
neck
add
from
like
that thing
a
to
teacher
my
made him sit on
birthday.
his lap, or like they held him down until he bled,
And
or
we had
like
to find
he'll add
skills
something to
system.
the
They
story to
wanted
make
to
it
put me in a
worse.
mental institution.
If I remember correctly.
But that
Because
was
you
not
need help. That's probably where you belong.
Gotta
I
go.
mean, and you
I
call
can't-
the other. And you
cannot
I like
call
pie
Chris
better
for
than
it.
cake, to be
This is-
honest.
This is
If I had-
ridiculous.
if I
Yeah,
had
Chris's
gone to
dad
school,
is. I've talked about
I
this
would
before.
not graduate
Chris's dad
high
is
school or get
better
my
than
certificate
Barb.
and degree
Bob
at
is
drastic
way better.
design. I
No,
think
my Christian streams are every
Bob
Saturday,
is
but
what
I was
you
not here.
would consider
So
a retarded
if you
kid.
really want to know when my Christian streams are,
No
they're
retards with
Saturdays at
college
9
degrees.
Eastern time. But if
Well,
you
they probably felt
just
sorry
subscribe
for
to
you, and they
subscribe,
probably
just like
kinda
like
let
my
you
Facebook page or
through.
whatever,
That's probably
because if
what
I don't do it
happened.
on Saturday, I'll post it like a day before saying
You know,
why.
schools do that.
I'll be like, it's not Saturday, it's
And,
gonna be
and
one
you know
day.
those other, I call them retards, but I mean, really,
Yeah,
they're
they
pretty
were.
good
They,
people, but,
I think
they
Bob was
actually
better
had-
than Barb,
They actually did something with
but
their
they were
degrees,
both pretty
believe it or
bad.
not. I mean, people with
but
Down
Chris
syndrome have
was
done
not a
more
very
than
good person
you.
either. I think he's an inherently bad person.
And that degree has done nothing for you.
It has done a lot. It has done a lot for me. It's given me the whole bunch of career experience and potential that I have. And I will get an office job. And I will move out of this house. And I will run 5 miles.
But you haven't done.
I haven't
any of
realized this
that.
is an actual stream, and I always
mean,
watch these when they were uploaded.
If
Yeah,
you're
dude,
gonna
welcome.
say it, then do
You
it.
are live on YouTube,
I would not be saying
Cyber Dryad.
if I was not going to do
Welcome.
it. That is a promise.
You better do it, before
Do
Casey
it.
runs back to a real man.
Okay, then.
So I'm thinking that's going to happen pretty soon here.
Oh,
I mean,
fresh meat? Dude, hold
27
on.
years,
Hold on, I got this
and you
shit.
haven't changed.
I got this shit.
Well, she and I did not meet. 27 years
Where is
ago,
it?
she and I
Where is it?
met
Where is
a
it?
few
Dude, I got it.
months ago.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There we go.
Fresh meat.
Yeah.
And you haven't.
Fresh
And she wasn't alive
chop,
27
chop,
years ago.
fresh
So
meat.
that doesn't even make any sense.
Yo, mincemeat now.
You said there a moment ago.
I don't know why I didn't use that audio for
so
when I
it
get
did
a
not
new
make that
subscriber.
much sense either.
Totally should have, though.
It was like you were implying like as if she actually knew me my whole 27 years.
Oh my god.
This is just this is insulting to my
I missed the free
intelligence
Overwatch
talking to
weekend.
you.
Somebody
I
hold
mean,
me.
You've,
buy it
you've
sometime.
shown me nothing but
It's a great game.
disrespect. I mean, I'm sure you show Casey hardly any.
Yeah, this is
hardly any
probably
more
no. I
respect
have
than
I
you
have
show
like
me.
a couple
I've been
Christian
trying
streams
to
that don't have
open your
copyright strikes. I think I have like
eyes
1 or
here.
2, maybe like 3 actually.
I have
This one shouldn't have a copyright strike. I hope it doesn't.
talked for a while during the conversation.
I
Now, this is the
really
kind of
hope it
respect you
doesn't.
show me. I would hate to see what kind of respect you show Casey.
He's got a point.
I show Casey a lot of respect.
I mean, you probably don't even respect her as a person. I mean, you know her.
I do respect her as a person.
You know her sister said you kept trying to touch her when you met her.
Hmm.
Because I was nervous at the time.
You were nervous? What the hell kind of response is that?
Yeah, if you're nervous, your
You're
response to being
nervous, so you
nervous
try to
should maybe
touch
be
a
like
you try
talk
to
too
touch a
much
girl?
or
What the
fidget
hell?
around or look down at the
That's-
ground. Not
that's-
touch someone.
That's just sick.
Not touch
That's
someone
my daughter.
incessantly.
You're trying to touch a girl. You're trying to touch my
That's
daughter
not a
because
good
you're
thing.
nervous. I mean, most people try to avoid touching people when they're nervous.
Yeah, he's got a point.
God, I can't believe I just heard that. I should come and kick your
You
ass
shouldn't
right
nervously
I only
touch
touched her
someone
shoulder.
ever.
And I thought it was a...
Yeah, rambling, that's another thing that people do when they're nervous. Touching someone,
Her
that's,
shoulder?
that's not
That's-
something you do.
You know, that did. You know, I heard otherwise. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, too.
Did you try to kiss her?
No.
Bullshit. I mean, she told her sister about what you did. I mean, I know. Are you telling me that Casey lied?
I'm not saying that. I am
Tony,
not
would you
saying
recommend a graphics card to me?
Are you trying to tell me that?
Sure.
I
guess.
I mean,
Much better
I
with
heard you did all
software than
kinds
I
of
am hardware,
weird
to
shit.
be
Like
honest,
you tried
but
to sniff her or something.
kind of have to know your budget.
that. She was sharing her perfume
I mean,
with
that's.
me.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I don't. I don't.
Um,
think so.
when the Catherine saga, when we get to that, the Catherine saga is
which
hilarious,
perfume smells
because
better?
Chris went on a date with
You know,
Catherine,
she gave it to you.
and
she said
Chris
she gave
was
it to you in
wearing
the bottle
a
first. She could've just,
Britney
you know,
Spears perfume,
opened the
and he
bottle
was
sniffed it. You didn't have to sniff
coated in
her
it.
to do it.
Tony, are you still doing the art contest? I am.
that's-
The art contest
Yeah,
doesn't end
freak.
until the end of the month. You guys have an entire month to do that. You have a little over half a month now, 2/3 of
did
a
it-
month. So if you still want
You
to
did
submit
it
to
in
the art
front of her
contest,
and her friend.
you're more
Have
than
you
welcome
ever
to do
done
that.
this before?
I have tons of
Is this
submissions to
something
pick
you
through,
do
so
when you meet girls?
you have plenty of time to submit to that. You have $600 for one graphics card? What the fuck? You serious? And you're asking me to recommend you a graphics
Have you
card
ever
for
done this
$600?
before to another girl?
You can get an amazing graphics card. Holy shit. Dude, I'm used to working with people like who have no money. I'm used to like college students who have no fucking money coming up to me,
anything,
and they're like,
any
Tony,
of
help me
this
help me
creepy
build a computer, and they have like $0.
shit. You know, this touching, this
But
kissing
$600 is a
that you-
fuckload
that
of
I've been
money.
told you try to
Dude,
do.
I don't know. Get something good.
Well, first off, I can
Save up and get a
honestly
GTX
say I
Titan.
have
Why not?
Kissed a girl
Tried.
I don't think I'm gonna play Killing Floor. I think I'm gonna play
or
Fallout
even
after this.
tried to.
Exactly. $600 is my
Really?
entire build's budget.
Truly.
Get a 980 Ti. That's not a bad idea.
Man, I don't. I don't.
think I know
believe-
what that
I
is.
mean, I don't believe a word.
If it's the
of that.
graphics card I'm thinking of, then yes.
How many dates have you even been on?
Please
In my
read
lifetime?
the chat and notice me.
Only one.
That was good. That was clever. That was clever. That was a good thing.
Only one.
That was a
And
clever
this
thing.
was a few months
I
ago,
appreciate the JoJo reference. That was good. That's a good job.
before I met Casey.
Oh my goodness. How
Before
am I
you
gonna
met
stream
Casey.
Fallout after this?
Yeah.
My brain is just like dead
And
from
how
this
did that- how did that
Christian
turn
2
out?
hours.
And how did she act?
not-
How did she act toward you? What did she think of you?
Turned
What's
out
funny is
that
that
girl
at this
just did all
point-
that instantly.
Matthew, the father,
I mean,
I
and
was
Casey
upset.
met you.
he's
around-
not even being
around
mean anymore.
August,
At this
and
point,
that
he's
was a
just trying
couple
to
months
help
ago,
him.
So how far along was this?
He's just telling him like, what are you doing with your life, you know?
That date was last June.
Jesus.
And
He's
and why
actually trying to help him now, and
And
Chris
now,
just,
why
like,
exactly do you think she wasn't
doesn't
interested
get
in
it.
you?
I don't know.
Fresh meat like a
I am
road
not
hog.
a mind
Fresh
reader.
meat. I think I have more shit. I have more fresh meat shit. Oh, here we go.
About
But so you
bloody
can't think of a
time.
single reason of why she might not have been interested in you.
Oh my god. Is there more? Oh, there's more.
Smell the fresh air.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
This is the one I wanted.
Ah, fresh meat.
I mean, you can't think of maybe.
Did you do
I
the
can think of a
ASMR yet?
couple
Yeah, I
reasons
did
right off
that.
the
I did
bat
that
why a
around like
girl
40 minutes into the
would
stream.
not have been into you. I mean, I didn't
I
even
need
need to
this
think
shit like on a
about it.
soundboard. It's the Pudge soundboard.
Fresh meat.
Oh my god.
Fresh meat.
I have so many fresh meat
mean,
options. It's great.
I mean, you can't even take them on a real date.
I took her on a real date,
Chris considers a real date like
and I paid for her.
he considers a
What she
restaurant
ate and what she drank.
taking you out to a fancy restaurant,
You paid
going
for her.
to Applebee's.
Yeah,
How much? And how much was that?
that was about.
Could you imagine?
$10.
Like, That's
Yeah.
the best
That's
shit. I've consistently
$10
encountered
for
one
dinner.
problem in Connecticut. The food
Are you sure
sucks.
you just didn't go
McDonald's
to
was literally the
McDonald's
best
again?
thing I had. Any recommendations so I
this
can
was
survive
Applebee's.
Connecticut
And
2017?
Kim was there. She could tell you the same. She could tell you the same thing.
So where
Well,
would you take
shit.
Casey?
Well,
I mean,
that all
she's a pretty
depends. Are you,
high-class
like-
girl.
Yeah, McDonald's is a
Yeah, I'm
date
sure you
for
probably
Chris.
didn't
Like
even
going
tip.
to Applebee's is a fancy dinner. Consider, you know, to Chris.
So I did not understand the
That all
concept
depends,
of
dude.
that.
Like if
You
you're
said
trying
they
to
had
eat out at like a
for,
fancy restaurant, if you're trying to
You know,
survive
I-
Connecticut,
you know,
the
you probably
McDonald's
didn't- I
is
said you probably
surviving.
didn't even
That's
tip.
surviving because that's food that
And
you
so
can
where,
eat.
So where exactly are you gonna take
There's
Casey?
of course there's hot dog stands on the corner. There's hot dog stands on the corner, of
You
course.
know
There's
how much you're
there's
supposed
food
to tip.
in Connecticut, but it's way too overpriced. Don't eat that.
about 15 or 20.
It's too much money. Pizza's fucking horse shit.
So how
Right
much did
across
you
from the
tip
convention
then?
center at
If you
Connecticut
paid
is like a little
$10?
sort of like Mexican-y restaurant
Like, it's
with
a
like
bucket.
tacos and shit. That's not bad. You can eat there.
Really?
Yes.
But there's some really
That's
good
still
restaurants like
pretty cheap.
nearby. You'll have to go a little bit like you'll have to like get in a car and like drive.
Yeah,
But
you know, Casey probably.
if you want
wouldn't like that
surviving,
tipped her
if you
that
just walk
much.
across from the convention center,
I mean,
there's
you know,
some
she's a
restaurants there.
waitress, right? Tips are pretty important to.
Oh, he's talking
to
about tipping now.
waitresses.
He's talking about how he doesn't like tip well.
Yep, I understand that. Tips are important. But still, 15% of 10 is $1.50.
That's true. Okay, so how much would you get? How much would you tip if you paid, say, $80 for dinner, which is very possible if you go to the kind of places Casey likes to go.
$80 for a meal for two people is a little much.
That would be about
I mean, jeez.
$12.
$12.
So you would just pay $12. You wouldn't go up to like, you know, you wouldn't even just toss them a 20 or something. You even do math.
$12 for an $80 meal.
And I've said that my family is of the
You got tipped
high
20 for
class,
dancing around in a
rich
Chuck E. Cheese
type-
suit?
type of people.
Fuck, I'd do that for
We are on
20
average income.
Yeah, if I worked at Chuck E. Cheese and
You
somebody
could at
gave me
least have-
20 bucks to dance in
they're
the
not
suit
rich
that I'm gonna be
either.
wearing
I mean,
anyway,
they still left at 20.
you know,
Well, good for them.
why not?
You're not even on
Tipping
income.
20 bucks for an $80 meal. 15%
I mean, income would,
is
would
what?
be like,
is
you
what?
know, you actually
How much
have a
is
job.
20% of an
Man,
$80
Chris treats,
thing?
Chris treats her so
$16,
much better
I think,
than you.
right?
Shows her so much more respect.
Just like toss him a 20, why
You know,
not?
I give you respect.
Toss him a 20, you give him like 18.
Conversation.
$12.
You've given me
Well,
nothing.
well,
Fucking
and
kidding me?
then-
Just toss
and
him a
then
20,
start-
Jesus,
and then
fuck.
I start to feel insulted from being talked
Oh.
down about
You tipped 5 because that's all the change you had? Dude, that's not very nice.
details I talked about.
If that's all you had, like, I
And
can
then
understand.
she
If you're
told me,
poor,
like, about the McDonald's and the video games and that sort of
You
thing,
know.
when I am so much better than
if they
that.
went above and beyond, I wouldn't tip 30, but that's only because I'm very
and I have
poor.
not seen any of this.
I like tipping well if
Because
I think they deserve it,
probably
and I
doesn't
always like to
exist.
tip, of course. I'll tip well.
Does exist.
but I'm also broke.
I mean, telling the
So
truth.
I don't typically eat at a place that's like $80.
It's not made of
I think $80 for
Pokemans
2 people
and
is a
all
lot of
that.
money.
Yeah,
Like
it's
last
not-
night I had dinner, which included an appetizer and 2 dinners.
I mean, and how are you better than all this? I mean,
And
you're
we
doing-
paid,
I mean,
was it
you're doing
$35
You're
for
doing
2 full meals and an
You're
appetizer.
doing exactly.
Then again, I guess we
you
only
know,
had water for
You're
drinks.
just doing just
Drinks
that.
can
You're
really-
just talking
really,
about stupid
really bring up the
fucking
price, but
Pokemans and shit.
I'm
I mean,
pretty
that's
broke,
all
but
I'm still all I'm really getting.
honestly,
about
$80
you
seems
is
like a lot of money for 2 people to eat.
You
Maybe
do
I'm just.
nothing.
I don't think I'm
But what
cheap,
exactly
but
you have said?
I'm more thrifty, I guess.
And you need to be better.
Yeah.
Not say you could be better.
I take that sexually or literally.
At least I am honest when I say I could be better. At least I
DJ
don't go
Glitterbun,
around
she's doing
lying,
well.
pretending that
I
I'm
wanted to do a
an
Poke Draw
astronaut.
stream, and if I did, I'd probably have her join me. She was the girl who
You're
joined me on the
not.
Christian stream, episode
That's
12,
right.
I
Not
believe it
being
was.
honest.
She'd probably do it with me because she draws really well. So she draws
No, I have been
really
honest.
well. So it would be really
Otherwise,
funny
I
to
would
watch me draw
have said
Pokemon and watch
that
her
I
draw
was an
because she's
astronaut.
really good
That
and I
would
would
be
draw like
lying.
complete shit.
I have not been lying in this conversation.
Would have been a pretty bad lie too.
Oh my
I
god,
know,
Chris.
but that's just an example off the top of my head at the moment.
Are you? You don't even have the eyes to be an astronaut. I mean, come on.
You should have the eyes to be an astronaut. That's true. Chris doesn't have. Any,
Well,
I don't think Chris has
wait.
any
You especially
capabilities
don't
to
have-
be a
Wait.
astronaut. He doesn't have the eyes, the strength, mental capacity. What is it with Americans and tips? I don't know, dude. To be honest, I come from a culture where tips are not that important.
I'll just say that
America
this was a
really cares about
interesting
tips.
Conversation,
So,
and I wish you a pleasant evening.
America really cares about what's my favorite kind of meat? Probably pork. I like pork, I like chicken, I like beef. Honestly, I can't pick a favorite.
And
Probably chicken, because I like you can do a lot with chicken.
I love her and I care about her very much.
Don't you hang up on me?
Don't you hang up on me. Chris is
When
hanging
did
up
I
now.
say that this conversation was over?
That's true. I've heard I don't know. I think I read somewhere that the pay is different in other countries for how it works for servers.
You could say
But
the same
tips are
thing,
really
but
important
you're
just because of
tired
how
I feel
that's
like I need to
mostly
go
how servers
take
and
a
like
I feel like I need to go
barkeeps
take a
and
shower and,
that's how
get
people
ready
make their money through tips,
to
delivery
sleep.
boys.
We all
That's just
need
how
to
they
sleep
make the
time,
money.
though. It's 10 after 2 right
Because
now.
the job will pay shitty. It'll
Actually,
pay
that's
under
fine.
minimum
You know,
wage.
you can go
Specifically
you can
because
go
they expect you to make
whine,
money from
you
tips.
can weasel your way out of this. You don't even deserve my daughter. I mean, what are you gonna do after this? You know,
I'm
what are you
not
gonna
a
do
steak
tomorrow?
guy,
You're gonna get
honestly.
up,
I'm not a steak guy.
Sleep. You're gonna get up and play video games again.
I'm really not a steak
That's-
guy. I like me some good
that's-
chicken, you know.
I will not be that way. I am going to get up and I'm going to be finding a job.
Take a shot of alcohol every time Chris sighs.
And I
Take a
am
shot of
going
alcohol
to
every
be
time
going
I say the
to
word
the
dude. I say
computer
dude a
garden.
lot. It's the thing though, dude is just an easy thing to say. Because
I don't believe
it encompasses
You know what
everybody in the
Casey's gonna
stream.
do?
People
She's
who
gonna
people
go
who
to
get like
school, and she's gonna
uppity
call
when I
Chris
say
back.
dude, I hate it. Crazy
That's
social
what she's
justice
gonna
warriors
do.
at my school, they're like, don't say dude,
Well, that's
it's a
what you
gender
want.
term and you're only using it for men. I'm just, oh dude, I love lobster. And there, I did it again.
Because
I love
because
lobster.
you know, and you know
And
why she's
crab?
gonna do that?
It's good.
You know, it's because
Good shit. It's expensive though. Saying
It's
dude is
because-
normal. People
because
get uppity
she-
when I say dude.
because he's the
fuck
one
off.
she wants. You know that
Say
song
dudette, or
that
just
she
don't
made
say
for
dude at
Chris?
all.
She
Use
made
a
it for her- she made it
non-gender
for him,
term and just
not
use
you.
a term
And
that
you know
works
that
for
song,
my
you know, that
pronouns.
whole
It's
new
a
world
fuck
from that
off.
Disney movie.
Dude works for
she
everybody.
made that for
Just
him.
say
Now,
dude.
Tell me she made that for me.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
no, she didn't.
Say dude, right?
Oh, yes, she
Come on.
did.
People are dumb.
I think I know my daughter a little better than you do.
I'm sorry, I haven't talked about Chris in like a little while.
He even sang it for her. I mean, what really made you think it was for you?
My
Because she told me
dudettes.
so herself.
This is
She
how
told
you use.
me
This is
that she made it for
clean your
him.
gamer gear, dudettes. Yeah.
Unless
Take a shot of
You're saying
alcohol every
she's
time Chris does
lying.
this. If we made a drinking game for Chris, I'd be dead by the time this video is done because this video is just so fucking long.
and I saw that video. You didn't even know the lyrics of that song.
Oh,
You
he's
had to
talking about
look it
here how
up.
Chris sang "I Can Show You the
could
World,"
I could see
and
the
Chris
paper
didn't
in
know
your
the
hand.
lyrics.
And you had to sing over the words. You didn't even get the karaoke version or something. How
Chris doesn't
how,
even
how
get the
could you
karaoke
possibly have known
versions
the lyrics?
for songs. The stream is great to play guitar to. I'll take your word for it. I don't play any instruments.
A whole number of times. I would say greater than 10 times in my lifetime at this point.
I'd be dead in the first stream.
That,
I'd be dead on any
And you
given
know how I
Chris Chan
know
video
that
if I had to
that
take
was
shots for
made
any of the things Chris does.
for him and not you? Because
Was
that
this called
song
legit, or was it
their
another way of
song.
trolling? This was another way of trolling. This is Liquid Chris who's doing this. This is not
They
an
know it
actual
by
dad.
heart.
This is just another
And that
another
has
trolling
always
thing.
been their
This was one of the
song.
trolling things to like better Chris though. This was one of the trolling things to better Chris. Chris didn't do anything. $80 is an
You know they were
unbelievable
gonna
amount for
sing
two
it to
people
each
to
other at
eat.
their wedding.
$80 for two people to eat? I mean, like, maybe if each of you got an appetizer, each of you got an alcoholic beverage, each of you got a meal, and then each of you got a dessert. Maybe. Maybe. But even then, $80 for a meal? Maybe. I don't think I'm cheap, though.
Well, this
I'll put down $60. I'll pay
really-
the whole fucking thing, $60 a meal. But $80 is a lot of money for two fucking
this has really
people,
been
though.
enlightening.
Who
learning that,
pays that? Where are you eating?
Learning about, just
You
how
eating fucking
unworthy a
fucking
person
diamond
can
water? Are
be
you
for my
eating
daughter.
solid gold bars?
How,
I don't know. Maybe
how
it's
much
just
of
me.
I have to congratulate you though, because you totally did a
Fuck.
great job at getting Casey
Korean
and Chris
barbecue's
back
good
together.
shit. I love Vietnamese noodle soup too. It's good shit.
Seriously, Chris, how could you? You've been so insulting to my father and everything.
I think we missed the part where Chris says I'm an
Chris would never
American. I
have
feel
done
really
this.
bad
Maybe
about
I
that,
did
but
make a wrong
I've
decision.
been trying to like pay attention to the really important parts
I
here.
don't think I can do
apologize.
this.
Up, and then she breaks up
Maybe
with
I
him.
was thinking of him all along. Maybe I just displaced things.
Can we get that sigh in slow-mo? Actually?
I can't believe Chris would never have done this. Maybe I did make a wrong decision.
I think that's where he sighs. Let's get that in slow-mo, please.
I don't think I can do this.
Say it one more time. Oh my god. One more time, actually. That's fucking great.
Maybe I was thinking of him all along. Maybe I just
Her voice gets
displaced
way
things.
more. Oh my god, her voice gets way more annoying if you slow-mo it.
I can't believe you would do this.
Can't believe you would
I was
do this.
crying. And all
try.
you
I don't know.
did was
I
argue with my father.
I shouldn't
you didn't
make-
even care to get him to check on me.
I
or see
shouldn't
if
make
you
fun
would
of
talk
Casey's
to
voice,
me.
but I think
Chris
it's
would
really
never have
annoying.
done
I'm
that.
sorry.
Chris would have
I can't
demanded to talk to
sugarcoat
me
it.
right away, and he would have calmed me down.
She sounds drunk as fucking slow. I just can't do it.
I mean, obviously you
Her
misunderstood
voice is really
me.
annoying. I'm sorry. I can't. I get it. Like, she was one of the good trolls who tried to, like, better Chris, but... Ugh.
You know what? I don't want you.
I don't want you. Nobody wants
I don't want
Chris.
this. I don't need this right now. I have so much going on with finals and everything, and this is the way you're gonna act. Yeah.
You know what we
honestly,
should
right?
do?
You're gonna have to do something
We
huge.
should watch an episode. We should
Like, you
watch
can't even work on the comic
the
you sponsor.
finale
You
to
made a
JoJo
stupid
with
little
Dio.
Big Planet thing.
and
Where
just
the
take a
hell's the
drink every
comic,
time
Chris?
Dio says Dio.
You know what? You probably still won't make it.
Hi,
So, you
Dio.
know what?
Like every fucking time he
can't do
says
this.
Dio, you could take a
You need to
drink
totally
and you'd be
reform
drunk
your
by
life.
the end.
I
Have I seen the
Chris
dub of
would've
JoJo? I
come
haven't
by. He
seen
would
it
have driven
all
the 2
the
hours
way.
just to come for me.
I've heard the
once
voices
he
though.
heard
I've
I
heard
was
the voices
crying.
for all the characters, but
Yeah, well, if I knew where you were, I would have given.
yeah, for $80 you can get a 3-course meal
You
at a
know,
half-decent
you
restaurant
always
for
want
like
me to
2
come to
people.
you. It's stupid.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah.
Oh no, Dio, fuck. $80 is a lot of
Yeah,
money. I don't
I
think
said-
I'm being cheap here.
I mean, I did ask
$80
you
for
your
2
address,
people.
but then
Fuck. That's a lot of
I
money.
did ask you for your phone number. So you
And I
can get your
told
phone.
you that you can't get it until
Watch the
you get my
Oingo
parents'
Boingo
address because you
saga.
were overprotective.
I actually
And you
love the
still
song,
didn't
the
do it.
Oingo Boingo song.
I bet
Song
you
that I
can't
love.
even
I think I
finish
love the
it.
version
You
with
can't
whole
even
horse
finish
in it.
tonight.
That's my favorite version of the
anything. You
Oingo
can't do
Boingo
anything.
song between the two of them. Oh my god. Just the way they like.
Well, obviously you're not motivated enough.
Badass.
because
Just the
you
way
haven't
that
done
the
anything like
the
that.
whole horse sings. I love it. It's great.
Like you promised me a song a long time ago, never got it.
Every time he
You've
says
like,
the
3
world,
songs.
I have to take a
You
shot.
promised me tons of things.
I
You
don't
never
drink,
keep your
but I would be
promises. You
willing
just
to
sit on
do
playing video
a
games.
stream
You made a
where I
stupid
get
little
drunk
Big Planet thing for me.
if I was to
Come
watch
on.
JoJo.
All
I'd
I
probably
wanted
do
was
it.
the
I don't
damn
get drunk.
comic. All
I've
I
only ever
wanted
gotten
was
like
you just
flat
to pay
out drunk
attention. You don't
once,
even pick up the phone
and that was
anymore
because I
of the
drank an
trolls, 'cause you
entire. You ever
stress.
seen those like
I
red
can't do this.
college party cups, right?
I want
I
real
filled
thing.
that to the brim at the top. I filled that with straight rum. I didn't eat anything that whole day except
You see,
for
you didn't even say
applesauce.
anything.
And I
Dad, I
drank
think
the
it's
whole
alright.
cup of straight rum
Yeah.
in less than like
Don't
20
tell him where we
minutes.
live. I don't want my name and number.
Oh, it was
I
bad.
don't want him to know my name and number.
See, look what you've done, Chris. Look what you've done.
Have you seen Dio in the house? I have, yeah. Kono Dioda in the house. It's great.
It's not like you're gonna do anything.
If
negative
you
for
order
me.
fancy
But
drinks, then they do.
you know
That's
what?
the thing.
I don't even care.
That's the thing.
Dad, you can do whatever.
If
That's-
you really
that's all
want
you
to
can
like
say, I'm
hike
done.
up the price for drinking,
I don't know. I don't think I want to get in trouble.
it's
He's
like
done, Chris.
you know,
Screw this.
I don't want to get in trouble
for
being the show's
for your
faggot
meal,
anyway.
the $80. Drinking fancy drinks is how you do it. Drinks will just they sneak up on you on the receipt, and you don't realize how much you're spending.
I'm gonna go. This
Drinks
is too
are
much for me.
expensive.
You can finish this off, Dad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up. Yeah. I was drunk for a long time. I woke up and all the applesauce was on the floor and my trash can was upside down.
Safe. Good evening.
I don't think anybody would hire Chris, honestly.
So, what are you gonna do now?
It's a good question to ask. This is the saddest part of the stream. Oh. That's it. He asks, what are you gonna do now? And then it just ends. Dude, your grandma is... She would have been 76. She would have been Soldier 76. I'm sorry, that was bad, but I had to. Oh my god. That's just it. I'm gonna shit myself, sigh, and then crash into slumber, sir. Yeah, Chris just like hangs up. That's it. What are you gonna do now? Nothing. Alright guys, thank you for joining me on this Christian stream. It was a doozy. I apologize that the last like half hour we didn't really talk too much about Chris, but they kind of just repeat a lot of... There's a reason that there's a 40-minute version of this. They really just do a lot of repeating. Guys, the top 20 cards that were censored, look at that. Fucking... God, sexual! Fuck! No, but seriously. Thank you for joining me. I know that was... They do a lot of repeating. There's a reason there's a 40-minute version of this. So, I will see you guys on the next stream. I think if you guys stick around, maybe in about 20 or so minutes, we'll probably stream Fallout 4, do some Nuka World. So, I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.